Yeah. Excellent. All right. Now, you've just brought out the new single this week, Velvet Sky. What an absolute cracker. Thank you guys so much for bringing it out just before the chat, which works out great for me. Mate, tell us what, like, mate, it's an absolute cracker. It's a killer song, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man.
Man, I'm thoroughly enjoying everything you're bringing out at the moment. It's
Thanks, dude.
it's
Thank you.
it's been really good. So, Corey,
Yeah, mate.
where did you meet these two blokes?
Those two, this guy and that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I met him, Zach. I met him. I was probably 19, and we started a band together. Justine.
So you
I've met a long
Justine,
time.
big up to Justine if she's watching.
Love
are,
you.
are you originally from Sydney too, man?
No, man, I'm from here.
No. Okay.
This was before. This was when Zach was.
I grew up
still
here.
in Brisbane.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go. Nice little tidbit. You're a Queenslander.
We're forgiven for that.
Oh, that's all right. We won, so that doesn't matter. I hope everyone can hear us out there properly in the chat. All right.
Ditto.
All right. Sweet. But there, it's fine, mate.
Uh,
So yeah, the lyric video. Tell us a bit about it. Nice little cartoon. Who drew it? Like where? Yeah, like what was the go? Because I know you've always got your fingers in some little artistic pie. Zach.
That's the video definitely that was a me one. To be honest, the guys didn't really know that I was doing it. And it was like we had plans to shoot sort of something different for it, and I got high one day and I'm like, but what if it was a cartoon?
Yeah, why not?
And I made it, and I'm like, I couldn't necessarily pitch it without showing them first, so I had to put it together. I put a lot of hours into just sitting there and just trying to make the little mouth movements, and it took a lot of time. But I had to do all the work to pitch it to them, and hopefully they fucking liked it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and yeah,
oh, we did.
there was some sound syncing issues here and a bit, but the overall concept, they were like, this is fucking awesome. It goes to having like 3 people in a band, man. It's so much easier to make decisions, and it's like, you dig it? Do you dig it? All right, let's do it.
nice. Oh, big shout out to Rhubob and Grimoire for watching at the moment. Corey, you were saying that you started a band with Zach when you were 19?
Yeah, man. Oh, he was much younger than me.
Oh.
We started a band called Primouth.
Still am.
Oh, Primouth.
Yeah.
Did you just release anything? Oh yeah, God, we've got a list.
Oh,
Yeah.
not really. We were just
No?
kids.
Okay.
Actually, we're talking this. We did technically. We released it back on MySpace back in those days.
Oh,
Yeah.
we might have to do a bit of digging later. I've written that one down. That's for later. Ah, and what? So he's come back to Sydney. You guys got? Sorry, he's come back to Queensland after leaving Sydney.
Yeah.
And
One day, he just fucking calls me up. He's like, hey, man, what are you doing? I was like, oh, dude, I'm doing so many things. I had a whole album's worth of shit ready to go. He just said, well, come over to my house. We'll record it. At first, he was like, whatever. And then he heard it and he's like, oh, I kind of want to be in your band.
I was like, I'll lay down the deal because I always like help it, like recording stuff with him, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to be in a band again. And then I heard it like, fuck you, voice.
yes, it is. It seriously is.
Yeah.
You do have an awesome voice, man. Like it's like I was saying, we were having a little chat before. You're a wordsmith. You got something different. It's good. It's good.
Thank you so much, eh?
No, thank you, man, because you're bringing stuff out, especially during these tough time lockdown. How did you guys actually manage to get so much done I mean, didn't Queensland have a couple of really
Honestly,
nutty sort of lockdowns last year? So you would have been working on it for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, we were in secret for a little bit, weren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we were just in secret.
Um,
What, like 9 months?
well, yeah,
Maybe.
I think.
The gestation
Oh,
period.
yeah, it's exactly that. Oh man, we were sitting on a whole bunch of stuff. Like, can we get it out yet? It's not ready. It's not ready. Fuck. But I think the biggest help was actually Raf's place. Like we did everything at Raf's place. We wrote and rehearsed and sort of put everything together literally in that studio that he's sitting in right now. It's that having that sort of central spot. And Raf is also a fantastic stickler for organization, I've found. And he will keep you on the fucking track. It's good. It's really good.
You always need that one person.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not good all the time.
It is though.
Yeah.
No, it is. It hasn't been bad. So it's good all the time.
I mean, it's good most of the time, but sometimes it can get pretty annoying. You can say it.
But it needs to be done. That's how work gets done.
Well, here's the thing. He's an interband drummer. The only time it ever really gets annoying is when you've done hours on a video and he's like, "Is the sound syncing up?" I'm like, "Fuck! I can't replicate it. I can't see it." I'm like, I can't. Yeah. So, but that wasn't necessarily Ralph's problem.
Actually.
Yeah, that was both of you. That wasn't necessarily like Ralph's problem. He's got a very keen eye for things. And I'm like, if it's gonna go out, it's gonna go out right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I know it's true. Yeah.
At some point, they do have to release it, no matter what, and it's got to come out.
Absolutely.
It's got to come out, no matter how, whether you like it or not. It's just,
Yeah.
it's got to
But
happen.
in terms of video, it's got to sync up properly.
Well, yeah. Unless you're Coldplay and you just do everything backwards. Yeah, no, far from it, man. Far from it.
Sorry, Chris Martin.
Oh, don't be
Sorry,
so.
Chris Martin, but endoscopy is going to be the next big hit of the year, and it's going to outsell Yellow. Sorry.
Oh, mate.
Facts.
That's a big call, man.
All right,
That's a big call, that's it.
boys, what are you drinking? Come on, we'll start off with. All right, that we're gonna save Raph for last. We're gonna save. Oh God, if I can get this right, Raph for last. All right, we'll start off with Zach. What are you drinking, mate?
This is my number one favorite beer always, and it's a stout from Ireland. It's the Guinness.
Oh, it's the Guinness. Lovely.
It's the Guinness. It's the Golden Harp,
Oh, perfect.
and that's pretty much it. Burnt beer. It's one of my favorites from high school, solely because when I acquired a taste for stout because every other kid hated it. They wouldn't steal your drinks. They wouldn't
makes
ask for
sense.
drinks.
That makes sense.
So it's like
I'm not-
smoking menthols.
I'm not a big stout guy, so I'll get that. All right, Corey, your one interested me, man.
This one is nice, man. This one is a little red ale. It's a sour.
Ooh.
White Rabbit. Where
Yeah.
are we? There we go. And it's...
That's
it's nice.
mate. That's nice. That's beautiful. Right on the trade,
Sour ale.
mate. Yeah, that's what I was saying for Raph to try. I wanted him to try sour since he's a cider man. I'm actually on.
Get around to it.
I'm actually on these. I'll show you boys in a second. Sleeping Giant. These ones pop my cherry.
Oh, yeah.
But
for
that's the
craft
thing.
beer.
I'm thinking we're gonna get a case of that next time, and we'll send you a photo. We'll get because I want Raph to try a beer that's suggested by sort of a beer expertise, and see if it's gonna fit his palate. Exactly. Yeah. See if it's gonna fit his palate. Mm.
Yeah, well, they got to. Because
Right.
all you need to do
Grimoire
is
like
find
the White
one.
Rabbit.
Yes, Grimoire White. There you go. Grimoire says the White Rabbit is the best. So you got someone on straight on, Corey.
So fucking good.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, awesome. All right, Daniel, do you mind just trying to turn your mic up a little bit?
Yep.
All right. What is this concoction that I've been waiting to hear about?
Okay, so there's a little bit of a story here. Basically, in the lead up to my 30th birthday, I was trying to come up with a cocktail. I'm like, you know, it'd be cool to invent a cocktail, right? So, was toying around with lots of stuff, but I have the taste buds of a child, so I'm really finicky with what I actually like. So ended up fucking around with a few different things. Ended up just having some ingredients that were ones that I liked, and couldn't find any other cocktail with them. So I'm like, all right, let's give it a try. So what it is, it's got a couple of names. The DEFCON 1 was the original name I came up with, but I also like to call it the Riff Raff Special.
Oh god.
The key ingredients, well, the ingredients are, you want plenty of ice,
Yeah. I'm just gonna water it down a bit.
then you want equal parts vodka, gin, and Jaeger, and then you top it off with your energy drink of choice, preferably something fruity, but doesn't have to be. You can also do it with like a lemonade, and it works pretty well if you're not a big fan of energy drinks.
Yeah.
I can see your trepidation, and I can understand how horrified you are. Trust me, it actually tastes really, really nice.
Oh, it's so delicious and it's so dangerous.
Can you give me that again? Can you give me that again? I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna do a review on it.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
You want now? When I did it originally,
Yeah.
the first version of it, it was so 1 shot of vodka,
1 shot. Yep.
1 shot of gin,
One. Ooh. Good gin or just gin?
generally the better quality ingredients, the better. it's
Okay,
gonna turn
okay,
out.
so,
I think,
yeah.
I think the first time I
Good
used
vodka, though.
used
Okay.
Bombay gin.
Oh yeah. Okay. The Bombay Sapphire. I'll put that down.
And I have found that using a nice vodka like a Grey Goose or a Belvedere
Yeah.
tends to make it a bit better as well.
All right.
And then a shot of Jaeger as well.
Okay. Nice.
And then just energy drink of choice. Again, fruitier is generally better.
So Red Bull for me. I love Red Bull.
Yep, Red Bull. Originally, I was using the guava flavored Rockstar.
Oh jeez.
That's way too much. It's like sickly sweet. Even I can't drink that now.
Wow. Mate.
But it also, like I said, it also works with lemonade as well.
All right. The RAF special.
And
It's called a DEFCON.
like plenty of ice, because when you've got that much in there, having the ice it helps it. And honestly, the Jaeger tends to overpower the vodka and gin, so you can't really taste those at all. Works quite nicely. You can do it with like half shots as well if you want to just make it not like to write yourself off.
But it's made to do
Goes
that.
alright.
Yeah.
The original version is to get you fucked up.
Well,
like,
Grimoire's
to an insane level.
Grimoire's commented that it sounds like a Jaeger bomb on crack.
That's how I came up with the name. That's how I came up with the name, because you've heard of a Jaeger bomb, obviously.
Yeah.
I
Well.
don't know if you've heard of an atomic Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
So an atomic Jaeger bomb is a Jaeger bomb with vodka in.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
An
thought,
A-bomb.
well, okay,
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you've got like a bomb, and out of atomic bomb, what's the next step up from that? And it's like DEFCON 1, because I'm like, it's highest military alert level, like everything's gone. So that's kind of where the name
Starting to
came
move
from,
into the
but
crack house.
it's, But yeah,
Oh,
I think that night I had like 7 of them.
Oh, jeez. No. Mate,
I couldn't move the next day.
it's the Red Bull shakes that get me.
Yeah,
I was trying to go to sleep after the night.
Yeah, it's
like
like
lying in bed going like, oh.
yeah, it's almost like too much booger sugar and stuff like that. You just can't sleep afterwards for ages. You just oh god.
it's a great party drink, but you got to be careful.
Yeah, mate. Well, mate, I'm finding the older I get, the more careful I have to be. In just drinking in general. That's why I just stick to beer now.
So what you're telling me, Kyle, is you're getting weak.
We saw it.
Getting somber. I'm getting somber in my age. I don't know.
It's hard to say, right? Because you're sitting there not drinking a beer.
I just don't like blacking out anymore. Because that's what I tend to do. I can't just be like, oh, I'll just have 2 or 3 strong ones. I'll do that. I'll have 7 or 8 strong ones, just like I have 7 or 8 beers. And if you're going to make them like a bag of Skittles, then... Oh, I see. If I was you, I'd up the ante on that, and before you throw the Red Bull in, you threw a bit of Contro.
Yeah.
You know, I say, I'm gonna turn this into the RAF special. I'm gonna make you the drink, and we'll up the ante, and we'll put a bit of Contro in there too. That orange liqueur.
I like that. Little
reckon-
citrus.
Yeah,
All right.
Mm.
Give that a go.
I'll do that. We'll do my one. We'll have you on again. We'll do my version and we'll do your version and we'll see which one you like better.
All right. Deal.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Next up, endoscopy. What started it all?
Ooh.
Oh,
I
man.
think that was the first song I actually sent to Raph.
I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
No? Okay,
I
I
really
think
can't.
it, like the
That was-
demo of it.
It was before I even moved up, so
Yeah.
I can't even remember what song it was. I think, it's lost to time at this point.
What was
Mate,
that? Yeah.
honestly, killer song. Love the docuseries you guys put together with it too. Absolutely
Thanks,
fantastic, man. So it's all you boys. You guys done all the work. You guys have, like I was saying before, you guys have actually found a way to stay relevant without touring, and that's going to be the end game to actually keep musicians in some sort of parity at the moment, because they're not about to open up anytime soon. Let's face facts. Properly.
Yep.
With Raph was saying before, there's no sure things in this. So pubs and clubs are very hesitant to put bands and stuff on,
Yeah.
because it is what it is at the end of the day. But you guys thought outside the box, and you brought out endoscopy on, like I said, a Thursday night, and I heard it Thursday night, and I was at work Friday morning, and by 10 o'clock I was just rolling with that chorus, and it was just absolutely pumping, and I had to show guys at work, and yeah, that's it. And then I made a video about it. Pumping, trying to inflate it a bit. Man, love it. Talk about it.
That
Corey.
helped. That,
Yeah, no, thank you very much for that video, man. That was a big help. It's very much appreciated.
Man, at the end of the day, you guys done the work. I was just lucky enough that I started a platform where I can actually do this.
Yeah. I feel like it's not work.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's play. I just something.
That's good though. That's what it should be. That's as soon as it becomes work, that's when it becomes boring.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Love it. I love it, mate. I love it.
Yeah, but that's good. You got passion. You can see that. You can see that shines through the amount of effort and work that you put in with the video that you guys done yourself. You guys, and who go into a bit of depth about the process and give us a rundown. How did the whole concept come about for the very out there video clip?
Corey should start on that one, I think, because
Why? What did I do?
he would you wrote it.
Yeah. Go on. I mean, so in the docuseries, you talked about bands trying to shove their music in your face all the time, and
Yeah.
yeah, like the whole. I was one of them.
Yeah. Oh, me too, man. I'm the big culprit of it.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Oh,
all?
no, he was.
we all are. Otherwise, why would you do
We
it?
were. Yeah.
That's the
Absolutely.
whole point, isn't it? Like one of the lines is just an attention addict, like you would not believe.
Mate, I respect that. Oh, that's why I sit around and drink beers on the internet now.
Hey, that seems like a good way to make money.
Hey, actually, I haven't actually thrown this to you guys either. What do you think of this? I always thought that inside every performer was Krusty the Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm trying to bring it out.
just this
I make no
attention
shame.
that.
Well, have you seen any interviews with Steve-O lately talking about like attention seeking whores and stuff like that? Like he went sober, and
Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
and like so he's been sober I think what 9, 10 years or whatever, and he just admits to it. No, he's not. He just admits to it. He just still does what he does because he's an attention seeking whore.
All right, cool.
I mean, he makes no
Well, you
shame of
gotta
it.
own that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
you gotta
does.
own it.
He makes no shame of it, man. He makes no shame of it. Rin Bob Black. What do you mean blacking out is the best, man? I've lost count.
Terrible.
I've lost count out of how many times I've blacked out. It's just, if I didn't have kids, yeah, cool. But nah, man, not now. I'll tell you the story a bit later. About the last time I ever really had a big bender, but I'll talk about that later. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going with the track because one other thing I wanted to talk to you about, Corey, is what you actually said about trying to teeter that fine line
Yeah.
between staying fake and real on the internet.
Well,
Like,
I'm trying to be humble at the same time as be a part of that internet generation.
yeah,
And
it
I
is.
am. Like I was born in it. I was raised in it.
It's unavoidable.
It was unavoidable. It's,
We watched it
it's
grow.
the only
We
way-
literally watched it grow. Watched it explain into.
It's prison. We're all imprisoned in this fucking thing, and I do the same thing. I'm scrolling every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm an addict, and even now doing this, like, it's even just.
At least
It's
we're
got-
like here chatting
And
to each other.
that's where I think the chorus comes through as well. Like it's, you know, hey, I'm on the hey, I'm in the cloud. Hey, look at me now.
Yeah, I love
Like,
it.
It's that whole mentality of trying to do the next viral thing, so that everyone's looking at you.
Yeah,
You know, the cloud is that's what the internet is now. You know, everything's on the cloud, everything's online. So people are trying to be the next trend. They're trying to be the next viral sensation and get all the attention on them. Everyone is. Even we are.
amen.
That's how
Hey,
bands get famous now,
Fucking
right?
man.
That's how bands really strike it big these days. They go viral. They have a song that just takes off.
It clicks.
That doesn't mean they're bad. Doesn't mean the music's bad. Doesn't mean the music's any less valuable or that success isn't earned. It's just one of the ways that so many people try and get big now. You know, look at
It's how
like
the world's become.
you know, if you want to throw a name out there, look at Slaughter to Prevail. Like they're amazing, amazing.
Haven't
band.
they just really done
Amazing
something
band, and
different?
in the last year, they've gone from being virtual unknowns, except to people in the more underground side of it, and now they're like everyone knows them, everyone's
Yeah,
blown away by
yeah.
them in the space of 12 months because they had a couple of clips go viral, because they had a unique hook that was blowing a lot of people away.
Well, admittedly, that singer does do a lot of live stuff,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
does really, like I was saying, really trying to stay relevant in the whole not being able to tour.
Yeah.
And he's done really, really good work on that.
Absolutely, and again, I don't bring them up to make a point about just to say like they're not good, because they're
No,
insanely talented.
man.
Like
How do you
terrifyingly
actually
talented.
How do you actually do that kind of groove with that kind of? Oh, it's just something else.
vocals?
It's just something else, man. It's just something
No,
else.
he's got, as I understand, I mean, he's very talented vocalist. All sorts of very, very regimented vocal techniques at play there. It also probably helps. There's probably just a certain degree of just the way his body happens to be, that facilitates him getting those cavernous low vocals.
Dude's fucking huge.
Yeah, man.
And he's obviously worked very hard to get where he is. So, the fact that they've gone viral and gotten a lot of success off of that doesn't take anything away from what they're doing whatsoever. But it just kind of goes to that thing, like everyone hopes for that now with the current internet culture. Like, you know, with TikTok, especially in the last year, getting huge. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if one of our songs went crazy on TikTok
Well, I'm
with a
actually
friend,
gonna.
and then everyone was listening to it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll bow
it
his
gets you
up
out
for.
there.
I'm gonna bow his up for an intro song soon.
Oh yeah.
When you release the
Ooh.
album, I'll pick one. If you don't mind, for my intro
Okay,
for the beer
that'd
buddy
be cool.
videos. Corey.
Yeah, mate.
Baba Yaga, motherfucker!
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
Grimoire.
Everyone knows where it's
yes, exactly. They are just insane. Demolisher is just. I mean, there's always that one that grabs you and pulls you in, and that's them. That was it for me. But Corey, I need to know what is your. So I kind of like obviously know like these two guys pretty well. What is your main flavor of music? Like, what is are you guys like? Are you
Dude, honestly, I listen to everything.
yeah
I'm a secret metalhead.
yeah a
Not
secret
secret.
a secret metalhead?
But well, most of the shit I listen to is fucking Gojira and Slipknot and fucking, even to go back as far as like Black Sabbath and
Oh,
Iron
okay.
Maiden and shit like that, man. Like, but then I also listen to Pink Floyd and 50s. Like, what's that dude's name? Can't remember his name. I've been drinking.
No, that's all right. Don't worry about it, man. Now,
I
when
joined the chat like 3 bit, man.
it's all right. When
I
with
got 6 plus this, man.
was there anything that you were really like big listening to when you
Yeah, man.
when
it's
when like
definitely
when
Soundgarden.
during the album, like did it help during the writing process?
Um,
Like, because I find like I don't know, like most of the time you're not just obviously not listening to anything while you're writing. You're obviously still listening to stuff. So was there anything that you were like really big into while in that 9 month process while you were writing this album?
I was listening to Seether and
Ooh.
Perfect Circle. Tool songs thrown in. A whole list of these other ones. Sometimes Placebo actually. Which is
Ooh, okay,
on my sad days.
okay. No, I'll get that. I'll get that. I never really. Yeah, I guess I was more of a Grinners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big Grinners fan. What about you boys? What were you guys listening to?
Album.
Yeah, like no, like was there anything that sort of steered you while you were writing this stuff?
Well,
Anything big that you were listening to?
as far as like, well, this is my like first sort of foray into playing the drums in a band, and so well, I did it with Corey and Justine back in Primouth, but I was really trying to bring like a Bad Religion flavor to it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm actually more so the second album. We're working on some more stuff, and it's got a whole bunch more of that anti-flag, Bad Religion sort of backbeat on it, turning up the tempo a little bit. But I was trying to like, actually, it was a lot of Travis Barker drumming too. I was trying to bring back that
Off
skater
time.
punk feel. Yeah,
I can hear it on your hands. I can't hear it on your feet, which I dig.
Okay.
Oh no, just Velvet Sky with all those mad rolls with the dub kicks and. Oh.
Because yeah, there's a little element. I am a metalhead first and foremost, as most people who are fan of Acid Nymph and shit like that.
Oh no, we're gonna go over that later. Don't worry, that's planned. That's planned. I forgot to put. I might not have put that in the message for a reason, but that's right. We're gonna go over that later.
But yeah, I'm a metalhead. So there was part of it that I wanted to add some of those double kick flames and rolls and stuff into it. There's a couple of songs that we haven't necessarily released yet, but they're up on the album. And I was sort of adding some just some epic build up stuff that you do with the double kicks and then keeping it running. That doesn't really show up in much grunge, but I thought it would be a cool little element to throw in and see how it sounds. It turned out really, really cool.
It works perfect. It's what makes it different. It's what stops it from being boring.
Thanks, man.
especially now considering it's a done style that has
Yeah.
probably been perfected like 1,000 times over. And you guys
Yeah.
just found something new to do with it, and mad respect to that.
Thanks, man. What about you, Ralph? What were you listening to?
I mean, you know, I really didn't start to get into music, like listening to a lot of music beyond just whatever was on the radio, until kind of after grunge had declined. So it was getting into that sort of 96, 97 kind of period, where the main era of grunge was kind of not that popular anymore. So I didn't listen to a lot of it coming up, but because this had a very the album obviously has a very strong grunge influence, that real 90s grunge vibe running throughout. I was trying to, while we were recording and going through mixing, listen to a lot more, some kind of like Soundgarden type stuff, some Alice in Chains, obviously some Nirvana as well. Just trying to get some of those vibes and get a sense of the elements I wanted to take from that into the sound we were creating, and into the sound we were building with the mixing and the recording. Not to the point of ripping anything off, but to the point of having some elements in there that were recognizable at least.
Hey, there's always inspiration brought from somewhere, is it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, nothing's original anymore. Everything's inspired by something, or
Like I said, it was
taken from somewhere else.
It's a done art that's been perfected there.
And I think what we kind of landed on is, you could call it grunge, you could call it post grunge, you could call it like kind of like grunge influenced rock. It's got those grunge elements throughout it without being fully grunge, I think. I mentioned to you when we were chatting before that we went live. This is the first thing that I've fully mixed and mastered that's going to be released like this. So I have been quite nervous about how it might be received, or how it's going to sound at the end of the day. I'm super. I'm quite happy with how it's come out so far, and we're happy with what the response has been. And I just, I'm hoping that the influences I was trying to pull through have shown through at the end of the day.
Mate, I tell ya, it's I don't know what's happened. I think my stream is frozen. I hope it hasn't.
I can see. If you guys are still in the chat, if it's still rolling, give us a shout out.
I know Fez commented.
Yeah, I can still
Big
say
ups
it's
to
still
Menace
rolling.
Mode.
Oh,
Big ups
good.
to Menace Mode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, we're still rolling. Oh, good. Well, at the end of the day, someone's always going to be a critic. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know what, actually, I'm waiting for that motherfucker, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for the dude, the comic book guy sitting in the fucking dark room going, "Oh, I want him! I want him!
Yeah, no.
right.
He's my number one fan!"
No.
Yeah, like Venom's inside, just in the glow of his laptop, looking pale as fuck. Like, worst album ever.
Mate, let him have it.
Exactly.
Let him have it. Let him have it. I think we're back. We're getting stuff still in the chat. It's just all my stuff's frozen. That's alright, bud.
That was cool.
Mate, it's all still working. Kitty Cooper, thank you for that. All right, so I'm just going to read some of the chat. We got oh man, we missed a bit. Sorry, guys. Right. You've been watching it? All right, sorry. Fez, thank you for making the account so you could watch, man. That's really great. Thank you. Man, it's like I said, man, you're always going to get critics. It doesn't matter what, like I said, Zach sent me the album, and from what it sounded like on my phone, I told you guys exactly what I think you should do as far as the order goes. But mate, it's good. Don't go overboard with trying to get it too nice, because once it goes, like I said, once it goes on MP3, it don't matter. It's going to get compressed again, and it's all just going to be gravy, man. because you guys have done great work. You guys are absolutely, mate. Really, once again, thank you guys so much for jumping on tonight.
Well, look, I mean, Kyle, I got to say,
Thanks, man.
I know that we've known each other through music for a while, and I've known the stuff that you've done. I've got a lot of respect for you musically.
Thank you, man.
Personally, professionally, and
As
it does mean a lot getting that feedback from someone that I have that respect for. So thank you.
No, thank you, man, and the respect is given right back at you, man. And even if you told me that, mate, like I said, that recording that I heard on that video was crisp. It was crispy. So whatever you're doing it right, and you're doing it the right way, which means you guys can put your efforts and avenues into doing other things like your docu videos and the lyric video and stuff like that, which is just like couldn't be more stoked the way you guys have actually found a way to stay relevant in this crazy time.
I think the thinking around that, and I hope that the rest of the guys will agree when I say I think a big part of the doing the documentary stuff is that the bands that I've fallen in love with the most ever is always the bands that, like, you remember Slipknot. Speaking of Slipknot, as far as segue, rest in peace, Joey Jordison.
That's rough, man. We're gonna go into that a bit. How did that actually happen? I haven't really looked into it. I just heard that he died. Thank you, Greenmore, for letting us know that the stream's still working. And R.I.P. Joey Jordison. I mean, realistically, he was like the best drummer of our generation. For when we were like, when music was what we were. When did bloody the self-titled
been 2000, I think, thereabouts, 99, 2000.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
So we were what, the whole part of little, I was just growing pubes or some shit at that time. Some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know if any...
Album changed your fucking life, though.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it did.
Yeah, I don't know if any info's come out about what happened. I get a sense the family's wanting to just keep that private for now. So.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
None of our fucking business.
Yeah.
Realistically.
But as I was saying, like Slipknot has basically done literally every album. We remember they used to release a documentary about themselves every album, right?
Do you remember those DVDs?
I got them all. Welcome to our neighborhood, disaster pieces, all those motherfucking things.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So that literally was the inspiration to do documentary stuff, and because the best bands that you fall in love with are the ones that show you everything they do. Like you don't want this pristine, clean vision of a grunge band. You want to fucking know who they're drinking beer with and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. hey, Tinker and Timmy, how are you? You know, Zach and Daniel. Timmy says hi.
Is it Tim Randall?
Yeah, man.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Much love to Tim Randall.
Brad Pitt.
And you're right. That's where a lot of bands miss these days, and the fact that you guys have put it on YouTube, you've made it for free for anyone to watch. You haven't been like, obviously when we were younger, we used to have to buy the DVD or you used to have to source it or pay for it. You guys have just gone out the way, just made it, released it, and yeah, I've watched them all. They're a really good watch.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, like,
Well, it's also because like nobody fucking knows who we are yet.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, like Zach said, you know, if it's those bands that put the docos out, they let you peek behind the curtain and see, you know, the process, and not just the process, but, you know, I think where you really feel like you've been let in is when you get to see when things aren't peachy, you know, like I can still remember I think it was Devil Driver had a doco, and one of the opening shots of the doco was Dez throwing a bottle of wine at the wall next to one of the guys' heads, and it's like, okay, cool, like, or with Lamb of God, how you know,
the Philadelphia.
some of Randy's lowest moments when he was, you know, blind drunk, fighting with his bandmates.
Yeah, getting the shit kicked out of him out of the bus.
Yeah,
Randy
like
Blythe.
it's, you know, it's not moments to necessarily be proud of, but they're not trying to hide.
That's the real them, though.
It's the
That's who
warts
they
and
are.
all. It's
Man,
that
you're
approach.
people at the end of the day.
It's wanting to let the people in, and I know there wasn't you know, that sort of conflict necessarily in this doco series for Endoscopy, but this is, I mean, we're still riding high. This is still the honeymoon period,
Yeah.
you know?
We
Wait
love
till
each
we
other.
get to the
Oh
second one.
man, but look,
There'll be arguments in
Soon
the
we'll be
second one, I
bitter
can
and
tell you.
angry.
look. At the end of the day, it was nice to see the actual. You don't get to see the process of what it's like for a local band to make a video. You might get a couple of photos here and there, but a full, you know, the writing process. You went through from start to finish. You went through, not like if anyone hasn't watched it, I suggest you go watch it on YouTube. They're only 2-3 minute videos or something like that, so they're nice and quick. They're absolutely fantastic, and you hit the nail on the head. You talk about the song straight away. You go through that part, and Zach, quite frankly, you still got the chops on the old plywood there.
Tell you what, that first
Broken my
episode,
coccyx.
that first episode where we where it's like, you know, that where we're jamming it just in here, that was literally, I think, the first day that we had really been playing the song together, and like I had just learnt the song that day. Was trying to write the bass line as we were going. So that video really literally is one of the first times we were playing the song together as a group with all of us.
Man, looked like you guys had a lot of fun making it.
So it was, I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of this stuff I was, even for the whole album, there were some songs I was writing as we were recording them. I was writing my bass parts for them and trying to come up with ideas as we were recording them, because we had a lot of songs and we wanted to get them down, we wanted to get recording underway, and we had a plan to approach it in some way, but some of the songs I was writing the bass lines as I was recording them almost. It's, you know, next album's gonna have a slightly different approach, but this time was
just get it done. Just get it done and release stuff. Like
that was it. That was the mindset for this one. We're like, all right, let's put it together, get it done.
And then you complain that you have someone that's too assertive to make you work too hard. So you got the perfect man for the job. So you wanted to get it done, and then you had the perfect man for the job by the sounds of things.
Oh, absolutely. Raph is the man.
Oh.
Producer me is not a nice person.
No, well,
Producer me is cranky. I'll be
do work,
do it
man.
again.
Do work.
Do it again. Do it again.
No,
Do it again.
I live with the pain.
No, well, at the end
Or his
of the day,
fingers aren't bleeding. He hasn't done enough takes.
no, well,
You can't get these complete.
it makes better for all live shows. It makes better for it's muscle memory. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's just muscle memory, and it's a bonding experience too. Recording, getting stuck in a room for 8-9 hours with 4 other dudes and soundproof room with
trying to make decisions.
yeah. Did you was it a smooth process? Okay, so we're gonna keep going with the video because I don't feel like we've done enough on that, because you guys look like you had so much fun in that video.
Yeah. I can't even remember who came up with the original concept with it.
Yeah, how'd you come up with the storyboard for that?
Someone.
I'm pretty sure that was a brainstorm. Although I will give credit where credit is due, right? When Kazi came to visit in Queensland, right? Shout out to Kazi from
If he's
Tension.
watching.
If he's watching. Kazi came to visit.
Oh no, he's frozen.
No,
he's doing good.
Oh no. We were sitting around talking to Kaz at Raf's place, and we were talking about just spitballing, just stupid ideas that we could add into this fun, silly video. And Kazi came up with the whole camera going up the nose.
Nice.
He did.
Kazi's always good for a good idea. A nice, strange one to start off the.
Yeah, it was him. And because he's like the song's endoscopy. So it's like
That
going
makes
up the
perfect
nose, and we
sense.
laughed and laughed about it a lot, and then we're like, we gotta get that shot.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Do
that one was Kazi. That was his idea. But no, I think it was a brainstorm between all three of us. We were just
Yeah.
spitballing
We
just
kind
things
of
that we
contributed
could
different
do. And
ideas to it.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
But we knew we wanted to go with that sort of not so much grunge vibe, but I think the idea of we were trying to call back to that that video that I think every like pop punk band did, where it was like them jamming the song interspersed with shots of them just running around being dickheads.
Yeah, I reckon it works though. You've done it. You've done it.
And-
You've worked it in a nice sort of Australian way. I don't know. It still feels
Yeah.
very Australian when you watch it.
Well, because it is very, very much the park down the road.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just you now skate parks are just everywhere now. So it's just your typical
Yep, absolutely.
yeah.
And we had a lot of we had a lot of fun doing it. Both the rehearsal, the jams part of it, and the antics side of it as well. There's so much.
Big
footage
shout
that
out
they
to
never make
Ash
it in,
Martin.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, Ash
Yeah,
Martin
Ash
for sure.
Martin.
Like Ash Martin
We love you,
filmed
man.
the in the studio jam sessions of that. Absolute legend, that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a
You know what
wizard.
I liked was Raf had already had a $100 American Bill costume.
Costume, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, you already had that. Where did you get that from?
I actually had that from a costume party from ages ago. I think it was actually Buzz.
Oh,
shout out to
Buzz!
my
Big
man.
shout
It
out
was
to
It
Buzz.
was a costume party at his place, and I think it was like American themed stuff. So I'd ordered like this American $100 bill costume.
What's
For
more
that.
American than money?
Oh, nothing.
And,
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, that'd be funny. Like Zach's gonna have the cat head. Corey's gonna be wearing all this fluffy shit. Like I'll be a Ben Franklin, and
Giving away $100. Yeah.
Make it rain.
Got to. How's skating in that bloody cat head?
I thought it was gonna be way harder, but not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Like, no, it was. It's a funny thing because as we're talking about videos and documentaries and stuff, we are actually as we go along with the rest of the album launch and stuff like that, as we speak, we're actually piecing together an album documentary as well. So
Awesome.
yeah. So we've got the one for endoscopy, and that was basically dipping our toes, see if we could do a documentary style something, and if it would work and breathe to the audience. And I think the response has been fantastic. So while that's been releasing, we've got it's basically it's going to be like a feature length documentary with all of us and interviews, and it goes deep, man. It goes with like pictures of all of us back from when we started in high school, when we were in bands together, when we were in acid,
Awesome.
all that
See,
stuff.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, man. You
Yeah.
can't. And it's good. It's good to see. I really don't know much about Corey's sort of history as far as music goes, but it's good to see that you guys, you and Raph, have sort of expanded your repertoire per se, as far as the
this is
styles of music that you play. Because it's I guess it's like a grown up thing to. I don't know. Like,
Well, actually,
His
funny
name
you
was
say
Don
it.
Soft.
It's
not saying you've gone soft. Because it's like, don't get me wrong. Like the first thing, like the one thing I can't wait for, as far as once lockdown ends, is getting back out to a fucking live show, so I can get into a big dirty mosh pit with a whole bunch of people and just get torn apart again.
One last night.
Yeah, before
no, that's
lockdown.
right.
But I'm in Sydney, so fuck you lot.
Can't break too hard, man. You can't.
But look, you know,
Sorry,
like,
too soon.
but look, I could. I guess what I'm saying is just you can flog it away at a dead horse for so long, but you got to try something different. You got to try something different,
Yeah.
and the fact that you guys have actually taken the step to try something outside of what you guys. And I'm going to show everyone later. I'm going to show everyone Acid Inflator once we get done with this chat, because we're going to move on to the album very shortly. and then I want to start hearing about, and then we're going to start talking about other stuff. But that progression, I guess, because I love like I've been listening. I've been personally listening to a lot of Violent Soho. So I'm a massive. I don't know if you guys listen. I don't know if you guys it's your jam, but if
A
it
little
is,
bit, man.
like I listen to a lot of it, and as far as Waco goes, and that is just probably one of the greatest Australian albums other than Frog Stomp, and hopefully your guys once you release it. But Waco and AOK, like that's I've been listening to a lot of that sort of stuff, and when I heard you guys come out, it would just it's sort of fit right into my little niche of guilty pleasures that are running at the moment outside of heavy metal, because like Zach and Raph, I'm a metalhead first and foremost. But yeah, I do love me some good pub dirty ass grunge, like Smashing Pumpkins. Obviously, like was never really a Nirvana kid. Smashing Pumpkins was more my jam in that sort of.
That we it's funny that you mentioned that the especially with Corey and you not knowing a lot like Corey's history and stuff, like for me technically this isn't growing up, this is going all the way back to my roots.
Oh.
The first ever bands that I was actually in, where there was a band called Leaf Steam that I was in, with guys from high school, and that went on for like 6 fucking years. We won like Battle of the Bands. We did like an EP, and a bunch of dudes from that band. Like I was with them for years and years, and it's similar. At the same time, Corey and I were in Primal together, so it was, and then Leaf Steam was this like indie. Think Foo Fighters thing. We did a lot of Grinspoon shit, heaps of Grinspoon shit, like really sort of Grinspoon type band, but
Yeah, I
like
love it.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah, and
yeah, we'll go into that later.
with that was a definite stepping stone. So like this Skunk Bone stuff is definitely coming back to my roots in that with I in a metal band and continues this metal sort of foray when I was in Sydney, but there was a secret little music career that I had before I moved into Sydney. It was
Okay. So you're a rocker from way back, mate. You just
And
like rock and roll in the soul.
Little bit.
What's interesting as
Yeah.
well, like prior to, because most people that would know me through music would probably know me through Tensions Arise or Acid Nymph.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I know you
But
from.
prior to Tensions Arise, the band that I was in was, very grunge influence as well, at that time. So it's similar to Zach. I was kind of doing a bit of the grunge type thing prior to, obviously I had an interest in metal and had looked at that as well, but so doing the grunge kind of influence thing is not, it's similar for me. It's almost going back to something I've done before while also being able to apply everything I've learned since.
Did you find that helped with the writing of this album?
I mean, I came up with bass lines and there was some little arrangement things I might have suggested. I mean, I still give all writing credit personally to Corey, but we're all kind
You
of
fucking
humble
produced
about
the whole thing.
that. We're all like, Corey's like, no, it
He's
wasn't
humble,
all me.
man.
Corey's like, no, it
Just
wasn't
let-
all me, and we're like, no,
Let
it
the
was
man
all
be
you.
humble.
No. But it's really interesting that I've been able to, take some of that previous grunge influence and utilize that again. Because I will be honest, like at first I was kind of like, so I'll dabble with it, I'll entertain it and see kind of where it goes, see how I feel about it in a little bit. But once I started hearing some of the songs, especially a song called My Requiem, which is not been released yet, but is one that I think it's the longest song on the album.
Hurry up, by the way.
That one really kind of got my attention because they'd shown me a few songs and then they showed me that one, and I really sat up and took notice then, because I was like, ooh, okay, I'm definitely vibing something on that one. And from there, a lot of the stuff just started to flow and fit into place a lot more. And to the point where it's become some stuff that I'm really passionate about.
Did-
Um,
Did you find? And man, that's really awesome that you found passion with the band. Obviously, it means that you found something that makes. Well, obviously, the chemistry between you guys helps too, but the fact that you love the music. Do you actually find that now that you sort of done that you got into sort of the rockier sort of stuff that you're a bit less held back as far as writing goes with your bass lines and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah. So obviously, metal has a lot of the time metal will have two guitars, or even if it has one guitar, it's a very very saturated sound, um, and bass tends to be, in a lot of cases, can feel a bit limited to just sticking with root notes. But I found going back to that grunge space or that rock space where there's a little more sonic room to move around with and a little more space to play with, I guess. I was able to toy with, putting in some more passing notes and some turnarounds and playing more notes from the chords that the guitar's playing rather than just playing the root note. There's a couple of spots where for a little bit I'll be playing thirds to what the guitar's playing, and just it allowed me to experiment a little more like that, which I definitely enjoyed. And I was able to open up a bit more and just, fill some of that sonic space that was left there by only having one guitar, and especially grunge guitars generally being a bit less saturated. It's a minimalist. Grunge is generally a minimalist kind of style, but that doesn't mean that you can't do interesting things with it.
100%.
And I think I've struck that balance
Oh man, 100%. The bass
to a fairly good, solid degree.
that bass line in endoscopy is just something else. It's really 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 good. Really enjoy it. It's very catchy. Just works. Now,
Yeah, and I mean, it helped having that Fender Precision to play on too. I'll be
Ooh,
honest. Like
the one in the background.
the blue one
Yeah,
there.
oh,
A
lovely.
blue one.
It's a nice
American-made
array
Fender
of
Precision, I got
array of
that,
equipment.
I got that blue one there. I got that shortly after I moved up, and I'm so, one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like that's my studio bass from now on, I think.
Yeah,
It's
nice,
just
mate. It
such
sounds
a
great. Sounds great.
Yeah.
sound that
It's in the whole
I've
album.
with minimal effort to get a really good sound out of that.
Yeah,
So it's been quite good.
mad. Yeah, it really does sound really good. Corey.
Excuse me, fellas.
Oh, okay, I think he needs to go to the bathroom. That's all right. We'll come back. Corey,
Yeah, buddy.
now, with the writing process that you went through with the album, was it you and Zach that actually came up with majority of the songs and then gave them to Raph, or was it how did that process actually come through?
Yeah, I was in a shitty place, man. I really was. I was out of one of the worst relationships that I've ever had in my life. Ended up living at my sister's house, and I just let it all come out, and it all just fell onto the paper and onto the guitar, and had all these fucking songs, had no idea what to do with them. One day, Zach calls me up. He's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just doing this. I'm writing songs. Don't really know what to do with them. Tell me to come over and I'll record them." Got him down on the recording studio. His little one that he's sitting in just there.
Yeah.
And he just came up with this shit, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That wasn't quite right, but then he said, "I got this mate, Raph, Daniel, he's coming down, I'm gonna get him in it." As soon as he put those fucking bass lines on it, it just popped. It became
Back in.
something special. Hey, Zach.
Sorry.
It became something special. It really did. And I feel like I'm the luckiest dude in the world, man. I really do. These two guys
Mate,
just be in my band with me, man. It's fucking insane.
mate, I'll tell ya, whatever's going on up there in Queensland with you lot, it's working. Because yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying it. Excuse me. Outside of my regular repertoire of blindingly heavy stuff or new metal, or pretty much stuff that just I haven't stopped listening to in the last 20 years.
But see, the thing is, I the way I describe the album, and I mean, I've said this to guys in the band and a lot of other people I've spoken to about the album. I definitely feel like the album is sort of an open letter from Corey to the universe. And his way, a lot of it is, you know, I mean, those of us that write music, I mean, we all know, writing music is therapy. It allows us to work through emotions that we're struggling with and say things we want to say that we can't say to the person, or we feel like we can't say to anybody, but we can express them in this way through our music.
Mate, 100%.
And, you know, I definitely feel like that's what this album has been for Corey. And I mean, some of the recording...
Has it been very therapeutic for you, Corey, to actually get all that out now? I guess sort of...
There was a girl I was stuck on for a long time. And I wrote this whole album to kind of get that feeling out into the world and out of my brain. It worked to an extent.
Give you some sort of closure?
A little bit.
Yeah, it never really does that, does it?
But it didn't really, no. Be much better if she spoke to me.
It always is. It always is. But unfortunately, it's sometimes these trying times what produces the best art.
Yeah, man, you gotta make something beautiful out of the pain.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
So in saying that, now that you've actually said that to me, and now that I listen to the whole album, is there a story with your album, with the way that you've actually released? I'll probably. Would you say it's a story, or would you say you've just released it?
It is a story. There's a story in it. There's just some hidden messages in it, really.
Yeah.
I'm a cryptic man.
I like that. I'm not smart.
I like to just put some secrets in there. Hopefully, one day she'll hear them and know that it's about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. She might be watching. I doubt it. I doubt she watches his piss head drink.
You're a chucked your piss at that.
Oh God. Yeah, my wife lets me touch her every now and then.
That's good. That's what a wife should do. No,
That's what you want.
I don't need
It literally, there's like, it's just, I think it's the hair. Or like they're all. Doesn't matter.
That's the smile, man. It's just smile, Kyle.
Oh, it's the joke. It's the.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sparkle in your
That's
eyes.
Oh, mate. I tell ya, it's just, mate. And Fez, what did Fez say? Where's my chat gone?
It
Sorry,
said,
guys.
make something beautiful out of the pain. Well said, Corey.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Fez
And
is
I
the
mean,
champion.
if I can,
Yeah.
you know, a very experienced musician once told me something that changed my perspective on music. Actually, he said that, and I'll give a shout out if he's seeing Devoy.
I knew you were going to say
Love me
that,
this.
mate.
John DeVoy!
I knew you were going to say that, Legends.
You know,
mate.
he
Big
once
shout
told
out
me-
to DeVoy.
He once told me that, you know, all a song needs is 3 chords and the truth, and that is something that I felt. It literally, like, it seems like such a simple statement, but it really did blow my mind,
that
and it
resonates.
shifted my whole perspective in making music and crafting the album. And I tried.
Doesn't help you as a producer, does it?
Actually, it did.
Yeah.
It did. It helped me in the way I was trying to craft the songs that were there and how we were going to present them, in terms of arrangements and structuring, well, I guess orchestration, for lack of a better term, of how we were going to layer things and build the sounds we were working with. But it gave me a lot to think about in the way I approach music and whatever little songwriting contributions I made towards this stuff. And I think that the other guys would agree, the Corey would agree that approach, and I've said that to the guys before. I've told them that quote, and I do hope that I feel like it contributed to how we built things and the sound we got in the end, and the songs we landed on, and the way we constructed them and put them together. So yeah, I mean, I do have to give a lot of credit to John for that regard, because that was a huge influence on the way this album came together. You know, it's
really funny you mentioned John, actually, because when Acid Nymph sort of had its final days, and I got really fucking down, and I actually spoke to Dubois. This is years ago. This is before I even moved back to Queensland and stuff, and then the Skunkbone shit happened. And I'm will it ever? I asked him, I'm like, is it ever gonna come back? Like that passion to make music again? He's like, it always comes back, man. Don't worry, it will always fucking come back to you. And like with this Skunkbone thing, I've not stopped thinking about him saying that, like Dubois going, nah, because it fucking came back, dude.
Oh, mate.
No.
Not gonna lie, touch jealous, like a little bit touch jealous, because I miss it. And watching you guys have so much fun out there.
But guest spot. Guest spot.
Guest spot. Next up.
Mate, hit me up. I'm going to Beer Buddy now.
We'll get you up here, and we'll get you up here in the Git Rat studio, and
yeah,
mate. Tell ya, like I'll tell you, when you come down to Sydney, I want to do a live interview. See what you're drinking on the night.
Oh, fucking on that.
We're gonna do
a
Beer Buddy goes and sees a live fucking show again.
Gets
off his face and fuck shit up.
Oh.
So,
I miss it so bad.
No, mate, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. When can we expect this gosh darn album, gentlemen?
Before the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
bro, that's a long fucking time.
Look, we really want to try and have some shows happening.
Or at least a show.
At least one show, but we do
maybe a show and a release show.
We have agreed that it will definitely be released before the end of this year, because we don't just want to keep sitting on it, whether we get shows or not.
Yeah.
Whether COVID makes an aggressive comeback and makes everything locked down and no one can leave their homes and we're all stuck in there, you know, like it's coming out before the end of the year, one way or the other.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
It needs to. I need to.
Oh, and there is another video on its way too.
What you say? There's going to be 3 videos, mate. You got to. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? You got the facilities to do it.
Maybe 4 if we can swing it. Maybe
Why
4
not?
if we can swing it.
Why not? Why not?
But
you got the facilities. Fucking do it.
we want to. Yeah, we've definitely got a 3rd video there, which will
done,
hopefully accompany the release of the album, and maybe a 4th if we can make it happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the hardest one.
Oh yeah, the cinematic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 4th one or the 3rd one's going to be cinematic?
4th one.
The 4th one.
4th one.
The
That's
4th
gonna
one
be-
is a.
Yeah, very much a short film type film clip rather than a band performing type film clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Everyone loves the story, especially if you can tell it properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would suggest David Owen Blakely. He was the guy that done.
That's right. He did the Exist Within stuff, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He's great. He's a great videographer or photographer, whatever you want to call it. Video. Gets a story off your music. So.
It was good. Because I remember that. I remember doing the art for you guys, and coming up with that the new atmosphere gas mask guy. What was his name?
Someone.
You guys came up with Someone. That's it. His name was Someone. It was this like this guy that was invented, and just out of this front cover design they asked me to do, and that was honestly the funnest one that a band's asked me to do something with, because you guys were like, do the one concept and then fucking spread it on everything. I'm like, oh, it's a real release. It was so good.
Yeah.
I
And man,
really enjoyed that.
we loved it. Like, I don't know if it's Timmy. Oh, here we go, Timmy. What did he say? Killer track, boys. Great seeing you with me. Yeah, looking forward to the album. I don't even know if he still has that gas mask. I don't
Because you guys went out and found it for the video.
We did. We
The replica.
And we painted it green. We painted it the same. We tried to paint it the same green as what you done the artwork on. And by the way, thank you so much for the new Beer Buddy logo. I absolutely love it, man. It's just it's so good. It's so good.
I was just thinking around.
Anybody needs any design work done.
Exactly. We're gonna yeah. Speaking of which, Zach, you try to manage doing all this band stuff. What you're a dad. So you got the missus, you got the kid, you got the business at home. Talk to us about the business at home.
Well, it came out of like COVID hit, and I'm not. Let's put it this way: I'm not super easy to work with in an office. And so I've been working in offices for like 11 years and stuff like that, being a designer, different businesses and shit. But I got retrenched during COVID. So did Ash Martin at the same time. We were working at Super Cheap Auto at the same time. And I got retrenched, and my Mrs. Kayla, she's just she said, look, fuck the office shit off, dude. Just do it for yourself. I had this plan a while ago to make my own agency sort of thing. I didn't know how I was going to go. It's a big risky thing.
Yeah.
I got this payout from Super Cheap when I got retrenched, and I'm like, fuck it, now's the time, man. Now's the time to get in on it and try to do this freelance pirate ship thing. And so far, it's like a year and a half in, and it's worked out really, really well. And so finding the time, it's helped immensely with the way I've been able to contribute to the SKUNKBONE stuff, because again, I'm at home, I'm the boss. I work on my schedule, so I can do weekend stuff depending on how busy light the rest of my client work is. But I can always fit it in, and that's the idea with Paradox Studios, is that we'll never say no. That's the thing. We will cut videos. We will be able to maintain websites, relationships with suppliers if that need be, printers, all that kind of thing. We can take what you need done as a business, or how you need to be represented, basically, and make that happen for you, or as a band. Or the whole idea of Paradox and the whole free-eyed alien thing is that as a creative, an artist, anyone, it's always best to try and float outside of the planet and look
beyond the stratosphere, man. Look beyond the stratosphere.
Well, and get sort of outside of your own
realm,
environment. Exactly, and try to view the picture as a whole instead of being inside it constantly. And if you notice that it's a yin yang as well, so there's the dark inside the light inside the dark.
Didn't notice that, but now that you said it, that is very. I'm not that observant.
Well, there's a few meanings inside the logo. I forever I have ADHD, ASD, like a autism spectrum disorder. And so forever, even when I was a little kid, I've always felt like an alien on the planet. And it's funny, I didn't actually stop feeling that way until I met a bunch of pets. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, these are my dudes. These are my people. No. They definitely do. But it's because they've also felt like aliens there.
Yeah, or seen them.
Yeah. So no, that's sort of the Paradox stuff, and it's been able to give me great flexibility to be able to really dig into video cuts and being able to provide it sort of an extra edge that people might not actually have when doing band stuff. But also in that saying, like you guys have phones. If you're in a band, get your phone and just film every stupid thing that you all say to each other.
That's a
and
video
I
clip.
guarantee you, or it's a video clip, or it's a post, or it's a bit
Yeah.
of content. I want to see it. I want to see you guys being dickheads and all the other
Just
in
being
between
normal. Don't take yourself so seriously. Like Corey said.
Exactly.
Like Corey said in the docu-series, man. Like, at the end of the day, you're a son, you're a daughter, you're a father. You're the same as fucking everyone else. You've all got admittedly, everyone's got a different story. Every musician's got a different story, and that projects through their music. And that's, I guess, what's the great part about music. But you can't take yourself too seriously, man.
Because there's nothing special about you as a musician. You're just a
Oh,
kid
shit,
with a big
no.
toy.
Shit, no. Shit, no.
What's the saying? Don't take life too seriously. It's not like you're getting out alive.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just
Uh,
breathe. Just breathe, man. You're not gonna look there.
Yeah. It's I mean, and that's what's been really good. I mean, Zach having the studio and having that graphic design and video, be able to make the video clips and do the doco series stuff. Like, there's three of us, but we each bring a really valuable skill set beyond just being able to play our instrument. Like, Corey's ability to write songs is insane. His ability to just put things together is off the charts.
That's awesome.
Zach brings that visually creative side to
Well,
it.
if you wrote most of that album, mate, I completely understand, Corey. What Raf's saying, because I don't know if everyone else can hear it, but I've got the music in the background, and yeah, it's
Yeah, and like Zach bringing that visually creative side as well is so valuable, and me having the space here to have the studio and
yeah.
really putting that work in to do the recording and mixing. It's meant we're able to do a lot of stuff in house.
Well, man, it
And
gives you a
that
lot of
is-
opportunity to keep creative, as opposed to worrying about where the funds are going to come from to get the rest of that shit done.
Yeah, like if we pay someone to do a film clip for us, like it's going to cost us more, money we don't have, and it's probably not going to, for what we can afford to pay, it's probably not going to turn out as good as what we were able to do.
Well, it's never going to be what you want.
Yeah, and the quality of the album as well. Like, sure, we could have scraped together a few thousand and gone somewhere and recorded, but
Mate, all that
We
effort you
didn't
put
need
into
to.
doing the docu-series, you put into
We didn't need to do
doing all that other stuff,
Yeah.
like it's
So-
it's time well spent. It's not time wasted. And like I said, especially in this crazy situation that we're in, we got to stay relevant, and that's a big thing. All right, stream. We are going to have a quick break because my teeth are swimming. My teeth are swimming. If I move any more on the share, so guys, take the opportunity right now. I've got a nice little intermission screen for everyone. So go to the bathroom, go do what you need to do. We'll take 5 minutes. Yes, go do what you need to do. All right.
cool.
All right, peace. Just
Beautiful.
I've got to go save it, and then I've got to restock on beers.
That's one.
We're all off mute now. Alrighty, we're back. We're back. You
Hello,
lovely
people.
Thank you for being patient. We've all stocked back up on drinks and stuff like that, so we're back into it. Now, we were just having a quick yarn. Now that was Rinbob that sent a big big hug for Corey. And Gridmore wouldn't spend a Saturday night right now anywhere else. Got some beers and a live stream. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm really appreciate it. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Gridmore. I've got a belly full of piss. It was my birthday yesterday.
Yes,
which
happy
was
birthday.
lovely. Thank you.
I meant to say that
Thank
earlier
you.
in the stream, man.
It was lovely. It was lovely. Just a nice chilled out lockdown live stream or lockdown with the kids, lockdown birthday, and thank you, Rinny. Man, thanks everyone so much for watching tonight. It's been
it's been awesome.
It's been good. So these guys were just saying that they've got a fair bit of music in the works.
Yeah.
So we wanted you didn't say, we said by the end of the year. We're obviously not going to get a direct answer on when that. But now until January 30.
You'll just have to follow all of our socials.
No, I will, and I'll share it too on the Beer Buddy page. Thank you for the birthday love. Thank you all for the birthday love. Oh yeah, Sydney lockdown. Yeah, it's great.
Hey,
Mad entertainment.
Halo. Thank you, Craven. I see you there.
Man, we're starting to get more in. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's good stuff, man. Well, what else are we going to do? They even cancelled the footy, for God's sakes. Like,
fucking serious.
Yeah, well, you know.
I know.
I could, to be honest, given that they're shutting down so many live music things, I couldn't really give a shit about it.
Yeah, I know, but you know what the funny thing was? I saw that poster. It's like, I played in a heavy metal band. We were playing to 20% less people before it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we were playing the half-empty venue.
We were.
Before anyone else was doing it.
We were playing to nobody. I remember playing one night. And now we're going to start getting into this stuff. I want to start hearing about everyone's history and bands and stuff like that. So I'll tell you my personal experience with the worst crowd I've ever played to. And this is no real disrespect to the guy that organised it, because he did organise a good night. It was just kind of a dick move by the band beforehand. But I won't get into. I won't mention who they were. They were just a Metallica cover band, and we played at Penrith one night, and they asked to go on before us. And we were like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, we didn't care. What we didn't realise was that most of the people were actually there to see the Metallica cover band. Yeah, so it was a mad kick in the teeth when we went on stage late because they went an extra 20 minutes over their set. Because the crowd was loving it. And then yeah, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We went on stage, and it was like we played to the promoter and the 2 security guards that worked there that night.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was a rough trot. I think if I ever saw them again in a live show, I think I'd throw something at them. I don't know. A bit of a dick. It was a bit, like, to me, it was a bit of a dick. It was like, you're not even playing your own music. Like,
exactly.
Come
You're
on.
making us follow Metallica. Fuck you.
No, it's like it's like opening up a fucking burger shop next to a McDonald's.
Although in the new South Park, that worked out pretty well for Randy.
It did. Thank you, Grimoire. It was very fucking rough. It was.
Yeah. That was a rough one. Like, and this is also the funny thing. It's when you're a kid, you got these dreams of being in a band, and when the reality of it kicks you right in the fucking face.
Oh man, especially in Australia. I think my low point at one show, we played at Club 77, and we had 2 neo-Nazis in the crowd, and that was it. And they were like, I'm not gonna do it on the stream, but they were throwing up the hands and stuff like that, and I'm just like, no.
That's not what you want to see.
No.
I would have stopped playing.
I sort of
playing anymore until those fuckers are out.
I didn't know what to do, man, because I just didn't know what to do. So I hopped off stage and I just made sure they weren't throwing hands anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just bob your heads, man. Don't do that shit at my sets. Like, I will
Ugh.
strangle you with my microphone cord.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus.
It was the dumbest shit I've
Oh,
ever seen.
damn.
But in saying
Yeah.
that, okay, so what would you guys say with, like, I'm going to assume all of you are in your, I'm in my mid-30s now, so I'm going to assume you guys are all in your mid to early 30s.
Zach's a baby.
I'm 1 year off in 30.
Oh my god.
I'm still super young.
You fucking baby. You lucky bastard. You lucky
No, we're
bastard.
all old men. It's
Just wait. Just wait.
Oh, no, it's coming.
Wait till you
It
hit
only
30.
gets worse.
Wait till you hit 30. But then again,
Uh-oh.
but then again, I like you know the secret to good health, and that's a bit of greenery, you know.
Oh, you bet your ass. Fucking.
never
Oh,
goes,
it's
never goes astray. Never goes astray.
Oh,
skunk bone. Have a little bit
skunk
of
bone, baby.
Yeah, well, skunk bone. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, where'd the name come from? Is it a bit of a paraphernalia based?
You can. I wouldn't say it wasn't based is in like directly around that. Like it's something. Do you remember the brand SMP?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember how many acronyms that used to have, and
Yeah.
everyone was guessing what acronym it was?
Yeah.
But it was just almost all of them, right? It was the whole thing was like whatever you could tied to it. That was
Yeah.
skunk bone. Skunk bone sort of like
So
that.
many pants.
Yeah.
Well, it was either a stoner boner reference or. Oh no, I got skunk boner.
Yeah.
I think it's when
we
you
did
get
have a
real
different
babes
name.
and then have sex.
We did have a different
Wow.
name previously.
Oh, you tell me a better experience, and call you a fucking liar. No, there isn't.
We did have a different name previously, but we sort of realized as we were getting closer to releasing stuff that there was too much else with the same name. Like we looked online and there was like 50 other bands using the same name, and most of them were small, you know, maybe a couple of hundred followers or whatever. But there was one or two that were like several thousand followers, and we're like, oh, we're not going to be able to just differentiate ourselves out of that. It's going to be hard for people to find us. And we kind of thought, well, you know, we want to go with a name that's going to have that kind of grunge sound. Like it's going to sound like a grunge band, you know,
Yeah.
like an
I dig the
alternative
name.
90s
I
rock
love it.
kind of band. And we thought, well, what kind of vibes are we going for with the music? Like some of it's got a bit of almost like Velvet Sky's got a bit of like a skater punk vibe to it. Some of the other songs are, you know, about drugs as well. So it kind of, and you know, like lots of different references tied in together.
Yeah.
You know, like skunk, you know, can have different meanings. You know, bone can have different meanings, like you said
Yeah.
with the SMP thing. So
Yeah, that's
I
it.
thought it sounds like a good grunge band name.
No, it does.
Lots of
It
different
fits
meanings
well.
behind it, and we can.
It's
I
nice.
mean, it made the logo turned out quite nicely as well.
Fucking
You know,
oath
we
it did.
said on that too.
Looks
so
a bit
proper
exist
that one.
within esque.
Yeah.
But also the first thing that we did do when we did have our first rehearsal was smoke a big skunky bone together
Yeah.
after rehearsal, and that was cool. That was a
You
good
always
bonding
gotta have
experience.
those. You always gotta have those little interstellar experiences together.
Hmm.
I think it makes
Yeah,
you.
it's like the doors going out to the desert.
Yeah, man. If you build it, they will
Yeah.
come, man.
Yeah.
50% of rehearsal is practicing being friends.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the one.
Rob said that
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
He is a fucking legend.
yeah. And man, it works. It works so obviously works so much better when you all get along, and you're all vibing on the same level.
Which is easier with only 3 people.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, so much easier.
100%.
So much easier.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, with everything that's happened this week, I wanted to actually have a little chat about the fallen Joey Jordison. So,
Oh.
I'm just going to stop the background music and I'm going to try and switch screens because I have a screen set up. if all goes well, where we can actually. Here we go. We should be able to. There we go. 22 years last week that the first album came out. 22 years old. 20 years old. I think I saw a post. Can anyone look that up for me?
I cannot.
Well, yeah, it was 99.
99.
That dropped, so yeah, it'd be 22 years ago.
Yeah, 22 years ago, man. 22 fucking years ago. That we got one of the greatest. I will piss myself off here.
While we're toasting as well to Joey, we should also raise a glass to Dusty Hill from ZZ Top.
As well, 100%.
Absolutely.
Absolute legend. Rock and roll wouldn't be the same without him.
These things are happening too often and too quick
So
to too many good rock stars, and I quite frankly don't like it.
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
I'm starting to get really over it. So a big cheers to Joey.
Absolutely.
It's a June 99. Grimoire said that.
Yeah, June 99.
And it's so they obviously haven't released how he died. From what I saw,
don't think so.
from what I read. Now I thought we might muck around and maybe just watch. So here from Loudwire, 10 times Joey Jordison was the best drummer on earth. I thought we might play a video. It's only 4.5 minutes. I don't know. Like, obviously not all of you are going to watch it, but everyone out there on the stream is going to be able to watch it. And he was like I was saying before, he was probably the best drummer, one of the best drummers of our generation. Like, as far as the whole nu metal flex went and stuff like that, I don't know. Could you say he put double kicking on the map? I don't know.
Well, do you know what first got me about that fucking band? That song Surfacing. You remember Surfacing?
Yes.
And he had this fucking, it was this take on a paradiddle that I've never heard before. It was like, like that fucking, as a drummer, Jesus Christ, like that.
Vanish Gold Multi-Power. Removes stains, brightens colours, and removes odors.
And that was the
What do
song
you-
that he fucking did that double shit that was right at the end of that fucking track. And just menacing.
Yeah.
And I mean, something else that I think I've heard described about his style as well was, I think it was referred to as the Slipknot stomp. And if you listen to it, once you know it, you hear it in every song that they do. It's that like that boom kung boom kung boom kung boom kung kind of kick snare, just really back and forth on it. That is so. It's very emblematic of so much of Slipknot's work and so much of Joey's work on the drums for that band. And I mean, the definitions, everyone's going to argue until the end of time over who the best of anything is. The best, you want to talk about whether he's the best drummer or not of the generation? No one's ever going to, not everyone's going to.
No, I think of ours.
He's definitely in the conversation, I think. And, even from the sense of what he did in conjunction with the rest of those guys, and
I think as far as influence goes,
from a bass player perspective as well, like the way Paul's stuff interacted with his as well, with Joey's stuff, it's just that rhythm section together is something that
you could
is very influential.
You could even say the DJ as well. Like, I mean, Regardless, it's an absolute tragedy to see another two go in the 1 week.
Yep.
And I mean, it's getting old. The story's getting old.
Yeah, fuck.
As far,
Yeah.
the worst part about it is I think we've just hit that age where all our favourite rock stars are going to start going that way. I mean, as far as Chester Bennington goes and all that sort of stuff, that was tragic. That was tragic. Chris Cornell. Yeah, I mean, until they released, I can't get my head, I can't get my head around that either. The Chris Cornell thing, I cannot get my head around. It was.
Although, think about this, Chris Cornell, if you actually listen to all of the Soundgarden music, all of his bands, everything he did was basically him trying to postpone what he was already thinking about.
Oh, like a stone.
So that's what the tragic part.
Like a stone. Yeah. Like a stone is just a testament to it's just a note to death that you didn't get me.
Exactly, but even go further than that. Well, I'm talking like blow up the outside world, like really old Soundgarden stuff. Like he's like exactly
Spoon Man.
He's writing suicide notes, man.
Yeah, Spoon Man.
Spoon Man.
Like you and like I said, I'm over it. I'm over this whole endless tragedy of all these awesome musicians going down.
But unfortunately, what makes great art is tragedy.
Yeah. I'm gonna just throw in a little video. All right, I played a bit of it. I'm gonna let it play in the background. I don't know why I can't get it to work. It's absolutely fucking killing me. Fucking streams. You know what I gotta do? There we go.
And if he can be up there playing drums like that with a mask on for 2
Oh,
hours,
I don't know what happened there.
And spewing in it.
motherfucker can wear a mask for 5 minutes at tops.
Oh man. How did just the hands on the bloke. The hands on the bloke were absolutely just. He really stepped it up as far as rhythm with the hands and moving with your feet went. That's what I'm saying as far as like one of the best drummers. You had David Silveria. Like, don't get me wrong, David Silveria from Korn, as far as I'm concerned, is just an absolute, just, great drummer. Great drummer. But then you had Joey, who could do it with his hands, but really just nail it with his feet. Every time. I mean, look at those fucking crowds. Look at them fucking crowds, man.
Do you know what I think it was? Dave Silvera, he's very, very funk-based as a drummer. But Joey Jordison and Ozzy Osbourne, there's a quote on Ozzy Osbourne saying this about Joey Jordison when they booked him on the first Ozfest. It's fusion jazz. Joey Jordison is technically a jazz drummer. He's playing jazz shit everywhere. Yeah. And he sped it up like fucking a maniac.
Man,
no one else.
Now that you say that, I completely get that.
That's why Weinberg was able to step into the shoes as well.
Yeah.
As well.
Look that right there. I mean,
God damn. God fucking damn it.
What? No, he just really stepped it up. He just really stepped it up. And the fact that Slipknot were able to take that borderline as opposed to just that blast beat that just constantly hammers through and actually gives some flair to it. As you can see in that video, like the way he works with DJ is just the way they work together. The way how do you actually turn a DJ into a percussion instrument? Slipknot fucking do it.
Yeah. Mm.
And I think something else that really stood out to me a lot about Joey's playing was, good musicians, the best musicians don't necessarily play the most complex stuff. They can play basic stuff, or not basic necessarily, but they take very straightforward stuff and play it so well that it seems like it's on another level, even
Yeah.
though what they're doing might not necessarily on the surface appear to be that complicated.
To them in their head, it's nothing. It's nothing spectacular. And I mean, we could sit here. I want to see if they got it. They got to have the most iconic, where they just strap. Where is it? Where's the one where they strap him up to the? There you go. The drum solo. This is from Vic School 1QC.
Yeah, on the Disaster Pieces DVD where he goes up
Yeah,
and
baby.
does the whole thing, man.
Yeah, man. Oh.
No, I remember seeing that live when the All Hope Is Gone tour happened, and fuck, that's when Paul was still alive too. That was All Is Gone. That was the last fucking run that everyone was there. He went upside down, and Jesus, like
Man, like that, this is what Joey will always be forever known for. Like this one moment here where he's strapped into that aeroplane seat, he's getting spun around, and he just absolutely, completely fucking demolishes everything about his drum kit, and lets cunt knows what a 5 foot nothing dude can do on a set of drums. The guy is just like, the guy will forever be like, he's a god. He's a god. Like, and the worst part about it is oh, come on, man. Well, I could watch this part here 1,000 times over and never, ever get bored of it.
no.
Like when my kids are like, oh, I like music, Dad. I'm like, yeah. Can any of your musos do this?
Yeah.
Like even Tommy Lee, like rolling in on the roller. Okay, yeah. Can he double kick like that? No.
But then upside down.
Absolutely menace mode. Joey was absolutely better upside down than most drummers were.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a fucking belief.
Far out, man.
But
I've just
also,
never-
upside down and in a mask, covered in puke on the inside and shit.
Oh man.
Especially during Disaster Pieces.
Well, that's what I don't get. I mean, Slipknot were really like. we're gonna have a mad chat. We're gonna have a mad chat. This video will finish, and I'll put us all back into the nice screen. We'll get back into the mad chat. He just, oh man, the guy.
I mean, the sad thing is, if we want to look at the reality of it, you know, bands like, I mean, so many of these bands that they get huge and they do all this, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing, and
Well, you can't do it these days.
even once they get clean, it impacts them for the rest of their lives, and you get a lot of premature deaths. Like, look at Wayne Static.
Oh, wasn't that some tragic shit?
And even if they're not right into the you know, even if they're not right into the sex, drugs, and rock and roll side of it, it's you're doing something that intense. You go out on the road, you're touring, you're not sleeping properly, you know, putting your body through so much for so, you know, night after night after night on that scale. Like, I know when you're a kid and you start playing an instrument, that's what you dream of, but if I'm being honest with myself, I don't know if I could have handled it. If I had got to that, I don't think I could have handled it.
I think to maintain that level of
And
enthusiasm.
to do it at that level for that long, it just takes such a toll on your body, even if you're not indulging in drugs and alcohol all the time.
Man, I'll tell you, it's funny you bring up Static X because I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I went to that. Did you guys? Were you guys in Sydney when they done the Static X fucking reunion?
Ralph and I were in it, baby.
No, Zach, he means when they had the other guy in the mask do the tour.
Oh, the reunion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
didn't
know,
miss it.
unfortunately.
No, we did that. I don't think I've ever missed a Static X show. Did you guys play a Static X show?
Do we play the Static X show?
No. Did you go? Well, you said you were involved in a Static X show.
No, we did. He means
Yeah.
the tribute show.
The tribute show.
Oh, that
After he
one.
died.
Man, I was
Yeah,
meant to
yeah.
get on that, but yeah, I was on a cruise.
Yeah.
I was on a cruise, man. It was
Yeah, that was a fun show to do. Even
That was fucking amazing.
sad to the circumstances, but it was good to see everyone come together like that.
yeah. I it's always shit when tragedy makes shit like that come together, and the worst part about it is that we just had this untimely passing of Joey, and quite frankly, we use those tribute shows as closure. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, we use those tribute shows as fucking closure, and we're not going to get that.
Yeah.
We're not going to get that this time around. It's really...
Oh, I haven't even fucking thought about that, dude.
No, like, and that's what I found, because, you know, we don't get to we're not so connected in the sense in Australia that when we get to see a band, we get to see them at a pub, or we get to see them for like $15 like they do in America, because they're playing up and down the street all fucking week. And it just depends on what pub you want to go to. We got to save up our dollars and cents, being on the other side of the world to where we are, and we basically got to fucking lump it or like it. And yeah, it just doesn't when things like this happen, because we're on the other side of the world, as far as I'm concerned, it impacts us a bit differently, because we can't just eventually go to their grave and put flowers down because we live in America or anything like that. Our tribute shows were our closure. Our tribute shows were our tribute to what we considered our fallen brethren, I guess, in the or I guess our fallen inspirations into what made us become some of us, what made us become musicians and metalheads. Because
Absolutely.
you look at Iowa, and that is just
I don't give a fuck.
That's
what
a
you're doing
benchmark.
now.
that is a benchmark for me. Like, I know I get a cop a lot of shit for this, but Volume 3 is probably my favourite from them.
It's a good album.
Man, it was well written.
The thing for me about a lot of Slipknot albums is, like, I remember when Volume 3 came out, and a lot of people were shitting on it.
I loved it.
And then when the next album, which I think was All Hope Is Gone,
I didn't. Yeah,
it was like, All Hope Is Gone.
I
came
love
out,
those.
And the same people that have been shitting on Volume 3 when that released were shitting on All Hope Is Gone and saying, oh, it's not as, you know, Volume 3 is like a classic, blah, blah, blah. And then the next one came out and they were shitting on that and saying, like, oh no, All Hope Is Gone was really good. And you've got these people that just seem to be, all they want to do is shit on the latest thing.
Yeah. I think
And-
because as any album goes, you're going to pick up new fans, you're going to lose fans.
Well, it's because
It's
in
hard.
any band, any you know, bands, and look, this is not true in every single case, but I'm a very strong believer that bands need to innovate and do something different
Oh,
as
100%.
they change. You know, like, yeah, AC/DC is one of the biggest bands in the world, and they release the same album every single time. But you know, you look at someone like something like Metallica, who cop a lot of flack for the fact that they change sounds when they do, or that they've experimented with different things. But you know, Metallica is one of the biggest bands in the world.
Well, I actually heard a very funny quote, and someone actually turned around and said to me, is that Metallica is just country music with distortion. And if you listen back to some of the older albums, you're like, that is the most relevant fucking quote.
You play Sad But True on an acoustic with a swing to it, and it's a country
Mate,
riff.
all you got to do is throw that little country whine on those vocal cords, and you got that shit. Sad but true.
Take that riff.
Banjo on that shit. You got the next country album.
Yeah.
Oh man, and that's the thing. I mean, like, you look at like Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell was a big I don't know. Like, Chester hit hard. Chris Cornell hit harder.
Yeah.
For me, personally. And I was fortunate enough to at least see Soundgarden.
Jealous as fuck.
Very jealous.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got to see them at Big Day Out when they played Big Day Out, but yeah, just man, is it? Because it is getting to the stage where literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll is just out of. It's not sex, drugs, and rock and roll now. It's sex, drugs, and rap.
Yeah.
Rock stars don't do it no more, man.
Yeah, and it's
The
sad
straight
because,
edge, the
you know,
straight edge scene is sort of. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna see if I can pull up an acid thing because alright, look, I don't know about like I know
the right era of acid nymph.
man, yeah, of course when everyone's in it, but because I remember when me and you boys were going around, especially me and you, Zach, like
Yeah.
we were fucking around a lot of shows and getting up to mischief, and it was always the drugs and the rock and roll involved, which was always good because we tried to keep it real. We tried to keep it. We did.
But I also think like at this point with metal, it's like incidental. It's like everybody knows that that's a part. It's almost, if you're not doing it, you have to make a statement about it.
In which
not
case,
doing
it's
it.
straight. Which case, you blast out into that whole straight edge scene with the big fucking black X on the back of your hand, and you do make a statement about it.
Exactly. So like everyone to their thing, but I'm like, it's so built in. Like I think Lemmy Kilmister built it in for us. That I'm like the drinking, the sexing, the drugging, all of that. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you pick up a guitar, and that's what comes with it.
Actually, no, that's a good point because it's like, oh, what do you like? I like rock and roll and heavy metal. It's like, oh, so you smoke, you drink, and you do drugs, and you
And
try to have
chicks with big
you-
titties.
you- yeah, it's like, well, I'm not counting Benjamins, but I'm trying to get my Ben in. You know, like.
No Benjamins to be made in this fucking thing, man. Especially playing metal in Australia.
Oh my god. What do they call it? A niche market. It's a niche market.
yeah.
Well, that's what, like I said, that's why I was so like surprised when you know, you two boys, you brought out this grunge rock album. You're just like,
Yeah.
mate, these cunts are on the right way to getting paid, man. This fucking this is an album. And then when you sent me the album, like, this is a fucking album. Like, you can man, I'm
Although in that the
you cut out, Zach. You fully cut out.
Why is that?
but
You're
Oh,
back.
there you
You're
are.
back. You're back.
yeah, no, the metal album that I mentioned to you earlier.
Yes, side project. Side project.
Yeah.
Do tell.
There is a since doing the SKUNKBONE stuff, when COVID hit, there was a lot of time for me to sort of gather my thoughts and start writing some shit again. But again, when it comes out of me, so I was writing a lot of stuff for Acid Nymph, and so like a lot of the acid, when I write songs, it comes out, I can't help it. It comes out dark and heavy, and it's just going to be that way. I can't change. I tried to change it so many times. It's just organically, I just write really gnarly, nasty sort of songs. So I wanted to see if I could make sort of a vision of my own metal album come to life, with a couple of people featuring and stuff like that, but mainly just trying to perform almost all the instruments on the album, except for bass. Obviously, I'm going to get Raph to track the bass.
So you like a heavy metal Andrew WK?
A little bit like that, actually.
Yes.
God damn. Fucking nail on the head, dude.
Yes.
God damn, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
No, it's almost exactly like that.
I
man.
get you, brother. I get you, Zach. I get
You really do,
I get
bro.
I
You really do.
I
I
always
appreciate
have.
you.
Always
Big
have.
time. But no, it's exactly that. And so like Raph and I are sort of in the middle of getting the scratch tracks done, and then we're gonna go through tracking, and it hopefully should be out by next year. We'll have some videos and stuff, but that one we're gonna take, because again that heavy shit is deep inside of Raph and I, especially.
Oh,
I know it is with Corey as well. He was in the metal band, called Anamara, and that's another little side thing. Dude, motherfucker can growl.
Oh,
Which
really?
is- yeah.
Oh, I like it. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
Are you ever gonna bring maybe just a touch of those, little bit of those heavy metal elements to maybe some stuff in the next album? I really hope so.
We're toying
a bit
with it.
heavier.
We do want to go a little heavier and darker for the next album.
Yeah, don't go too heavy. You gotta keep that fun stuff in. You gotta keep the fun drinking stuff in there, man. Because
This one was all about being fun and having fun, and the next one is going to be a lot more experimental and dark and brooding, I guess.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. I like that.
Think of actually. Do you know what's funny? My partner said to Corey. I remember this. She's like, "You've got to do your
Oh, you cut out again.
Oh, you cut out again.
Zach, what was
Ah.
that? What was that? You got to.
my
Oh my god.
You got a what now?
You got it.
You got who's on the what now?
You got it.
Every time he tries to repeat this sentence,
Exactly.
it just cuts out.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, just unmute yourself.
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright, there you go.
better.
yeah,
better.
yeah.
No, my partner said you've got to do your Nevermind first, and then you can do your Bleach or your In Utero.
Ooh. Man, I'm keen. I'm always keen for some new metal. I'm always keen for some
Yes,
new
it does.
music. I'm always... Raph.
Yes.
Now, I know you used to dabble into the sort of rappier sort of stuff.
Yep.
What has taken on with that? Is that on the back burner, or can we expect to see more as far as that stuff goes? You thought...
Yeah.
I don't know if you... Yeah, I wasn't going to ask,
So-
but you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to ask.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got, I mean, there's a bunch of tracks I've been working on for just a long time, on and off. You know, since probably, oh god, going back as far as probably 20, late 2012, early 2013 for a couple of them. And you know, I've had, you know, I've got instrumentals from people, and you know, found some free instrumentals online, and just worked on some various ideas and recorded and iterated on stuff. I mean, now that I've got the studio space here, that I can properly explore some of those ideas a bit more. I'm definitely planning to do that. Obviously, you know, working on the Skunkbone album had taken priority for a while there. And you know, I know Zach's been working on wanting to get this metal album out of his head for a bit as well. So I think that one's probably the next thing. But you know, once we've got that done, and maybe even after the second Skunkbone album, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it all pans out. But I do have a whole bunch of songs, and you know, Zach and I have been working on those too. You know, Zach's been able to explore a lot of that side of his interest too.
Nice.
And it's not, I mean, I'm not really fixing it in a specific genre as much. It's just gonna be whatever the fuck I want to do is just gonna
100%?
put out under this. So it's probably just gonna be, rather than an album, gonna be a collection of you know, just a collection of songs across a few different genres and mixing stuff together. Some of them are very much more like just heavy metal tracks. Some of them are way more in like the rap and hip hop realm. Some of them slot into that in between kind of new metal type realm.
Nice.
Mixing the two together.
Dynamic, mate. Have a bit of range. You got to have a bit of range.
Yeah, I just need to, now that because it's taken me a while to get, and I don't like to get into the cycle of, oh, if I get better equipment, then it's going to sound, that's going to make it better. But it has taken me a while to get to the stage of having the right equipment to be able to get like vocals sounding the way I want them to sound, and the skill to be able to make the mixes sound how I want them to sound.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's coming sooner or later. It's probably just going to be something that gets released for free
Nice.
online. I'm not looking at, probably not even looking at doing any gigs with it. To be honest with you, it's
Just release it on the end of one of the albums as an experimental track like Horn used to do.
yeah, just to get
you
get
listen
shit
for
out of my
that.
head. Basically, the way much the way that this Skunkbone album was therapeutic in some regards for Corey. A lot of these songs that I've been working on like that, they're therapeutic for me as well. Working out anger that I've had towards certain people, or situations where I've wanted to be able to say something to someone but haven't been able to. So trying to get that out through the music. So it's just going to be a loose collection of tracks that comes out eventually.
Nice. It's like when you're in the shower after you've had an argument. It's like, fucking should I said that to that arsehole.
A little bit. So just
Fuck that guy.
getting that out, getting coming up, putting a fat beat down, getting a little bit drunk, and just talking shit.
Man, why not? Why not? It's all about expression at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what you want. Corey, what about you? Do you have any side projects, or is this just your main squeeze, or?
This is my little baby.
Nice.
I want to do more stuff, but I'm so
Well,
fucking busy all the time.
if you can growl, I want to see you on the heavy metal Andrew WK album.
Oh, you bet. Oh, you fucking bet. I want to get your voice up on that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we
Flex
get-
the chops, man. Metalhead makes great musicians. Just like laziness is a good. What do they say? Laziness is the idea of great design. Metalheads make great fucking musicians.
They do.
Absolutely.
I'll stand by it.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're pretty good people too, to be honest, I found.
Yeah.
What did you hear about? Did you hear who you guys are? I'm pretty fucking mad. I think.
I think so too.
I mean, these are making me feel pretty good. I'm starting to get through them now, so. Woo!
So damn. Smashing through them.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Love drinking beer.
Wasted, to be honest.
This is yeah.
It's
I'm
the best.
wasted. I'm fucking.
I'm literally trying to make it my job.
It's so good. It's such a good plan. Best plan ever.
For anyone out there that may own a brewery or anything like that, I'm your man.
Yeah, sponsorships and shit, ads and stuff. Yeah,
Marketing extraordinaire. I edit my own videos. There you go.
it does.
I try to
You're
anyway.
right, by the way.
Oh man, man, I was digging your little promo videos for the Paradox Studios.
Thanks, man.
They're very good. How is business going at the moment?
Oh, good, really, really good.
That's
We've got there's a few clients coming through, and we've got a new product coming soon.
Nice.
There's a new I'm going out to film a video very soon with a couple of very special people. Ash Martin is helping me on this one, and he's rigged up some special stuff for this. So we've got Paradox Studios says we're going to rework the shop and add new product that's coming soon, very soon, and comes from the States.
Nice.
Yeah, it gets manufactured in the States, and yeah, it's. I won't say anything more. I want to keep it a surprise, but
No, do that. Make sure you do.
good. But yeah, no. Other than that, we're I'm actually working with sports martial arts in the States and Engels Nursery, and yeah, there's a bunch of people. An irrigation company, a citrus tree grower, and a martial arts company. So
Very good.
yeah,
It's very chalk and cheese.
absolutely graphic design throws a whole bunch of crazy shit at you. There's a bunch of people that need stuff, and yeah,
No,
gotta make it happen.
You gotta stay busy now. What
Yeah.
do the other two boys do? We'll go to Corey. What do you do outside of the
Dude, I make coffee for motherfuckers and
oh yeah, fuck man.
steal all their money for antiques.
People need coffee, just like people need sauce. I work at a factory, so
We were going into a lockdown today, and we had about, I don't know, 30 people come in and be like, all right, we're going into lockdown, quick, we've got to get to that fucking antique store, man, before we go into lockdown. Priorities, you know what I mean?
gotta go try and get my antique plate. So when I watch fucking Antiques Roadshow, I might have a bit of gold in there.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Cool, bro. $100, that's cool.
That's it. Just buy it and fuck off.
Give me all your money. Give me all your money.
What about you, Raf? You still in the old corporate office game?
Yeah, man. I work at. I managed to get a job at Uniting Care in the finance department there. So, yeah, just boring old office shit, you know.
It's the hardest part about it, man. Like the 9 to 5 grind, and then trying to live that band life. It's.
But I will say, I mean, the people I work with are all quite nice.
Yeah.
And it's an environment that's better for my mental health than doing the hardcore debt collection I was doing before. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. I'm gonna go to the other screen again, and we're gonna look up. We're gonna do it. So, are there any old bands, Corey, that you could tell me about that you were in that maybe we could watch on YouTube?
There's probably one on there called The Killing
Sorry,
Stroke.
guys. Before you get into this one, I just need a few minutes.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I'll turn my camera off for you.
Do that.
Yeah, there's one called The Killing Stroke, a song called Silhouette. We made a little video with my drummer's son when he was in high school.
What was it called? The Killing. Sorry, just got to turn. I got. What are music? There we go.
Like the Batman Joker thing, The Killing Joke, but
The Killing Joke. There we go. There.
But it's called The Killing Stroke.
Yeah. The Killing Stroke 6 years ago, eh? Alrighty. 344 views. 6 years ago.
yeah, we didn't get very far.
Not many of us do, brother. I have a feeling though, Skunkbone is the winning formula. Mate, Mate, I'm telling you,
music with my best friends.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not blowing steam up your ass. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't bother. After I got set the album, I was like, nah. First opportunity I get when it's going to be decent, I'm going to interview these guys. I want them on because, yeah, even Velvet Sky, that resonated with me. That song resonates with me. I love the lyric video. Love me a good lyric video. Because
that was tricky to make, man. That was actually the first time I ever tried to put together a lyric video.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, trying to match up like the words to what he's saying, it's just so monotonous. Like it's really like match up into that animation with like each of the yeah. Props to people who do it all the time.
No, but even like really lyrically, that song, yeah, it resonated. It was good. It's a really good song, man. You should be really honestly, like the whole thing, front to back. You guys should be really proud of what you've done. It's a really, really, really good album. The 2 singles are just absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I'm not trying to blow wind up your ass or anything like that. It's good. It's good.
No, it means a lot, dude, and especially coming from a fellow musician. And again, like we fucking we burnt some stages down back in the day, and we fucking together. And
oh yeah.
Fucking yeah, so it means a lot coming from you, man. Like you know your shit. You've paid the dues.
Well, I like to think I do, but at the end of the day, I think I was just I think if you ask the boys in the band, I was just some fucking mad fucking druggo stoner that loved piss, that just loved to get up on stage and then scream his lungs out for 20, 30 minutes at a time, and that I loved every part of it. Absolutely. Loved every part of it. However, I will say this, I wish I took it a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
I wish I took it a bit more seriously. That is probably my one regret about the whole thing.
Oh, it's learning curves though. Like, so the next thing you're doing now, you have that serious, and you also have that wisdom from the time that you didn't. You've got those lessons.
Yes, and I have dragged that all into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
which is, even though I'm like 6 beers deep and I started drinking at midday, I can still maintain a decent conversation and not
Oh, absolutely. And
sitting here slurring the absolute shit out of my body. So last week was a different story. I was fucking trashed last week.
see, and also it's a goddamn genius idea to like. Okay, so like figure out. Here's the trick to life: you figure out what you like first, and then you figure out how to make money afterwards. But you got to figure out what the fuck you like first.
Yeah.
You like getting wasted and talking to people, and so what you're doing is getting wasted and talking to people, and the money will come after.
Well, yeah, pretty much, and hopefully, like, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this interview because I've had fun. This has been a great chat. It's been a great chat, especially considering we're in lockdown and we actually can't, like, especially for me being in Sydney, other than my lovely wife who has put up with my bullshit and my beautiful children. I haven't really been able to see any other adult other than the blokes I work with. So this has actually been a very, very nice catch up and a very nice chat. I had a really good chat with Timmy last week.
I've enjoyed this immensely, man. Like as I said, I've worked from home and have been for like a bit. So like talking to you guys and also getting to know these fans, like you guys watching, like fuck
man.
so much for watching. I'm like, yeah, you guys fucking
Man,
make it.
every single one of you. And I will try and re-record this if you guys want to download this and edit it any way you want. I don't mind.
Now just throw it up raw, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw it up raw, but I'm gonna try to do a cut down version because we've been going for like nearly 3 hours. This is good.
Yeah,
And
baby.
it's been a good chat.
Yeah,
It has been a good chat. Oh, Grimoire has chugged several beers while watching this. Yes.
that's
Yes,
right.
and loved every second of it. That's excellent, Grimoire.
That's
Way
the
to go.
way. That's the fucking
No,
way.
that is what we honestly tried to bring, and that is why I asked these lovely blokes to come on because I know they're always going to be a good chat. They're always going to be a good laugh. But in saying that, we're going to go into the past. We're gonna nut it out. All right, we're gonna. I'll get it. We're gonna go. Okay, so we got.
Cue the Doctor Who
Is it
music.
Cake? Is it Cake the Killing Stroke?
There's two songs. I prefer Silhouette.
All right,
because it was
I've got
like-
that right here.
What?
I've got that
Bit
right here.
heavier.
I've got that right here. All right, we'll pause
Yeah,
that.
it's a bit
All
cooler.
right, ooh, where's the screen? Where's the screen? Can't wait. My brother, my awesome brother, bought me a bloody capture card. I mean, not a capture card, a stream deck.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'll be able to do all mad shit soon. And
Right.
while that's happening, so Corey,
Yeah, man.
July 2016.
Yeah.
Take me back. Take me back. Tell me what was going on. There was a band
daughter
called
was
The Killing
just-
Stroke.
I just had a child. She was 1 year old. And we were fucking getting up in there, doing our shit. I was in a band, but I was writing the songs, but they weren't quite me exactly. Still me enough. But it was amazing to be up on stage, and I fucking loved every second of it.
Best feeling.
But to do what I love doing, and for people that loved hearing it. It's awesome.
Man, I absolutely love your modesty, man. It's you've made nothing about you.
I don't know how.
No, that's a very hard trait to find in a singer and a front man. Because normally we're very selfish people. Believe me, I know.
I think I have been in the past.
Yeah,
That's my ex,
yeah.
who doesn't speak to me anymore.
That's why they're exes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd be friends.
Friends with benefits, though, right?
Yeah, well.
Maybe.
Right, so you've just had the kid. You should go to 1 year old Silhouette. You weren't exactly in a band that you were really stoked about. Were you stoked with
Look,
them?
I
Were you
love the
happy with
guys.
them?
I love them. I love the guys. It's just that we all had completely different influences and ideas about music. which I guess made this thing happen in the first place.
So I guess it was like having a team of superstars that actually couldn't play as a team.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I also
I'm
used to
actually
fight a lot
excited. I
with
don't
my
think I've
drummer.
heard this one before.
Well, man,
Oh,
I'm keen as like I'm always
I-
into because it's always like people always forget. You know, you always see these guys in these awesome bands, but it's never their first.
No.
It's never ever. It's never their first. It's a point in where it's like a I guess a bookmark into the progression.
Yeah.
And every time you take that time to release something, and especially put it out on the internet for everyone to see, you've bared your soul. And that's one thing that people don't understand is that when anyone releases music, you're not just releasing a song. You're releasing a part of you.
Mm.
And people miss so much of that. And I guess that's the annoying part because they go, it's like but this at the end of
That's
the
the
day,
sacrifice we make.
exactly, and this is a checkpoint. This is a checkpoint for you. This checkpoint for you is where you were at that time in your life and the story you were trying to tell.
Yeah.
So let's hear it. Silhouette.
Oh, excuse me, guys. I'll be back in a second.
Go.
Keep going.
Keep giving away a secret. Your memory won't fall away. I'm
They're foreshadowing with the mask.
conceited. Your shallow hatred
Great
I
video, Chris.
retain. I break
dig at the whole black and white.
repeated. It's not a peaceful place to be. How is it my fault you're leaving? No rhythm at all, just steady. Silhouette, come dance with me. Calm the savage sea. Sit on the shore till it gathers rain. In the form of cheap champagne.
Love it. The old City Road.
I give it my all excited. My envy holds a heavy heart. There's so little I want besides this. I ran away from where we'd start. If settling in is frightening, these little tools to help the art. There's nothing at all inside it. Yo, let it go.
Get a mad Alice in Chains live. Yeah. And I was thinking the whole guy wearing the mask is actually very relevant today.
I remember hearing this song. I'm like, I was so excited that Corey was doing some stuff.
Man, honestly, re-releasing a song for it.
It's on the list, right?
Re-releasing a song. The relevance of it is like re-release a video clip, redo everything.
I'd love to fucking do Silhouette, man. I love Silhouette.
I mean, especially if you hear the way you've actually started to sing that. Wow. So, for a song, I'm going to bring you back to the other screen. Because that was fucking awesome. I was not expecting that. That was really fucking good. Like, so you've had that sort of, like, that just go, like, you've obviously had that real grunge, that had a
Just
real
comes
Allison.
out.
Yeah, it was just, man. That's obviously something in you. Like that's awesome because that, as far as the drumming goes in that other song, I'm really happy you found Zach because that heavy metal. Look, I'm a sucker, but I'm a sucker for heavy metal drummers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just so that you know what I'm talking about. They just bring that little bit of extra. Just you don't, a lot of people don't notice it, but they just bring that little bit of extra where it just gets you that little bit going. But man, that song, and even I think we had a comment in there too. Wait.
There's a
Everyone in
few,
the
man.
chat's digging it. Everyone in the chat digs that one.
Everyone really, man.
I get
Love
the
you
sense they'd be
guys.
on board for us doing that on the next
Yeah,
Skunk
even
Bone album.
like Tony K.
Shout out to Tony
Hey, go,
K.
Tony, hey, go, man.
My man.
Jeez. And man, honestly, if you seriously re-release that song, don't dick around. This is why we muck around and do shit like this. You dwell into your past and you never know what's into the future. Because now that you got these two nutbags with you, I can't fucking point. I'm too drunk now. I'm fucking sorry.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but we can do like a lot with that song.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to disparage my old band, but yes, you could.
No, man. There's no disparaging.
Wait up! I'm literally gonna go and write it on the whiteboard right now.
Go do it. Dave, go.
In the studio.
If it wasn't on the list, it was supposed to be.
You too, buddy.
Man, nice
Miss
to
you.
see that, man. Miss you too, Tony. And just quietly, we were the best band on that night.
Fuck yeah, video evidence, motherfucker. Woo!
Here we go. That's on the list now.
Mad. All right. Now, here's the next one. We're going to go into the Niv box.
Speaking of Tony K.
Speaking of Tony K. Because, hey, we got to... If we give it... Man, honestly, I can't really say what I was expecting from that Corey, but I can I can see where a lot of the influence came from the album. You're a very, very, very good writer of grunge. You should be very stoked.
Very much so, he is.
You should
Absolutely.
be, man. If I can fucking spell. Stitches. No, we won't do a live one. Did you guys bring out a proper?
Never did. Well, we did the Reaper cut together like this unofficial video, and it's not properly synced and stuff. I don't think it actually has RAF in it. I think it's got the old bass.
So we got the presenting riff raff. We got the 7 years ago. I hate seeing shit like that because it makes me feel
any
so
videos
fucking old.
Any Acid Nymph videos from I think 2015 to be when I was
I think
around.
there's one. Mariko the Destroyer has a live video of Stitches, and that's when you get in the crowd and shit. That's a pretty good one to watch, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh. My teeth swimming again. Man, you guys see, Acid Nymph needed to release more content.
Heaps more. That's where again. You know how like you felt like you needed to take it more seriously and do certain things. Like this one is the
one that got away.
Well, yeah, like the visuals and stuff we all had in mind and stuff for Nymph was there. It's very, very ambitious though. But it's more like I look back on that and with this creating the content for Skunkbone, I'm like, we have to. That was one thing that we missed the boat on a little bit is creating that content.
Live and you learn.
Exactly, yeah.
Man, I can't find it. I've got Acid Nymph from 7 years ago. I've got the introduction. I've got the introduction. I've got the introduction of Riff Raff.
Let me see if I can find you something. Hang on.
Oh, alright, and I've got Acid Nymph Rollin', Limp Bizkit cover from 5 years ago, and that looks like it was at
Valve.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Agincourt.
Yeah.
Oh, she might have taken the videos down actually.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to show the introduction of Raph, and we'll check it.
That's horrible. No, don't
All
show
right,
that.
how about we just check out the Rollin' cover?
Oh, that could actually do. You were in that, Raph.
If you want, I mean, if you want just a good version of the song, the wrestling thing, the Stitches was being used by a wrestler in, I think it was the UK,
All right,
as his entrance for a bit.
sweet.
It's literally just the video is just like a card, like a photo of him on it, but
All right,
you get like the studio version of the song, which is the best version of the song.
all right, we'll chuck that on,
Fuck yes, they were Grimoire.
and then, mate, the chat is actually starting to get better the later it goes. I really wish I'd started this a bit later, but you just don't know these days with all these people. We're all getting old and having children and having a
All right, hang on. I have found
pee all the time and-
the video. If you want the link for a live version of Stitches with myself.
All right, send me that. I am
Yep.
busting through a Pierce. You guys,
Actually, Tony, could you tell me, was Mark Haskins a heel or a face? I'm pretty sure he was a heel. Tony might know this one.
all right, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Mm.
I'm so sorry. This is so fucking unprofessional. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the intermission screen and mute yous.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's go.
It just looks bad. It just looks bad if I just leave all three of you here. And man, I got to pee so bad my balls are gonna pop.
Both. Damn.
Yeah, I know, both. All right, everyone go for a pee and do what you need to do. Go, go, go.
I've sent that link in the Facebook group.
Thanks, bud. And we're back. Yes, I was just talking about how happy it makes me and my pets that everyone's having a good time.
I bet you say that to all of the boys.
Oh yeah, girls, boys. Ooh, what are you drinking now?
Oh, this is fucking
Bang.
coconut liqueur
Ooh,
and coffee.
ooh, nice. A bit of wake and bakes. Oh. So, I got sent a message. Welcome back. Thank you. No, welcome back, all of you, mate. It's been a cracking night, man. The boys have been so nice to jump on here in the lockdown, in the snap lockdown, and
Good pleasure.
Oh, I'm loving it.
It's been a
mate,
lot of fun, actually.
Mate, it's just good to talk to you boys. Honestly, it's good to talk to everyone again. Good to see everyone's managed to keep busy during these trying times, and still bringing out some good content.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I said, like the album can't come out quick enough. You got to. Oh, Grimmore says you got taste, Corey. Loves your coconut liqueur and your coffee.
Well, if you want the
I
album
just
to
love
come out
coffee,
sooner,
man.
talk to your people, talk to anyone you know in Queensland that does gigs and be like, oi, put these cunts on a show.
Yeah, help us out, man.
Anyone you know, for sure. Like, we'll
Well,
play
let's
wherever.
put the word out to the bloody stream, mate. Anyone that knows anyone out there in Queensland, let's get these boys a show, man, because we need to
Yeah.
see the chops on them. They need
Actually saw a band last
wanna
night that'd
party
be really,
with you
really fun to play
motherfuckers.
with. Yeah, Corey and I, we caught this band called Tailor Made Rejects last night. Ooh, very, very
That
fun
dude's
band.
got
The
some
front man
pipes,
has
man.
big Jack Black energy.
Nice.
Like,
It's either that or I'll give you guys my my live stream stuff. You guys hook everything up at Rough Studio and do a live one.
Oh,
as,
that's
as,
really fun.
as the days go by, that
We'd
becomes
also
more and
do
more of a
Mate,
possibility.
I'll let you stream it live on my live stream. I'll set it all
Go
up.
on.
I'll help you set it all up. Do it.
You fans be into that?
We're
You
gonna-
guys down for that?
We want
You
to.
watch it?
You.
Do it. I'll host it. That'd be the way to go at the moment. I want to have Red Sea on. Those guys
Ooh.
have been pretty
Oh.
busy.
Dude,
Absolutely.
I'd love to have Red Sea
Yeah. I
on.
only just
Maybe I
learned
might
about
have
them
to.
from those guys.
Oh, speaking of those guys, yeah. If you want to know what my partner looks like, go to and watch the Red Sea Hurricane video clip.
Oh,
She's the
yeah,
girl
she's-
with me that,
Yeah.
yeah, I die. That was a fun one. Those guys are awesome.
They are.
Super, super
awesome.
talented.
They are. Even the Domino days.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Domino days. That medley they used to do with like System of a Down and Britney Spears.
Oh. Do you want to know a fucking funny story? So I'm at my daughter's daycare. Yeah, which is just around the corner from my house. Yeah, make the brownies ready. Make brownies. Make sure they're
For sure.
illicit brownies. Psychedelic brownies.
Oh, she knows. She
Oh,
knows how to
yeah.
make good brownies. She knows how to make good brownies. Trust me.
Don't make the square brownies. Fuck that.
No, not square ones, man. We're not squares. We're rectangles.
You're a cunt.
100%. Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
You were telling us a story about like
Oh,
something
yeah,
domino
so-
and it.
So I'm rocking my domino shirt. Rocking my domino shirt at my daycare. My daughter's daycare. And this bloke walks up to me. And he's like, how do you know them? I go, oh, I used to play shows with them on the odd occasion. They're fucking pretty good band. She goes, oh yeah, I know the singer. I'm like, no. Like, man, this world, like, but it's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Tony. I know it's going to be hard to get anywhere anytime soon. Queensland ain't coming anywhere. They should have just. The three of them should just come to Sydney and.
That's the thing, man. If we were doing this in Sydney, we'd know enough people to hook up some shit.
Honestly, no.
Well, without the lockdown.
Honestly,
fucking up.
you got all the equipment there. Just do it out of Rough Studio on live.
We might have to stream a show.
Yeah.
We
It
might
might come to that. It might come to that.
Just,
Yeah.
pick,
Might have to.
just pick 3 or 5 of your best. Doesn't have to be nothing massive. And even then, if you really want to do it, just record the live show. That way you can touch it up a bit.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta do it live. You gotta do it.
Look,
Do it live.
look. We can do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, do it live. Do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Man,
Fucking
you
thing.
know what? Okay, in all seriousness, so since COVID and all that shit, I've had before we got like last year when we weren't locked down, we watched the Lamb of God live stream, which was like, because I don't know if you can see, like, I'll show off my setup here. So I've got like the surround there, and then I've got all that, and I've got like the mad amp and all that shit. But you guys can't see it, but I'll just show the stream. And it was fucking mad. The Lamb of God set here, because I've got the 100-inch projector, and it looks all mad. And then me and the missus done the 7 Dust show. We done that here.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're not going to get a live show, it's the next best thing.
Yeah.
It is no shit the next best thing.
Yeah.
And if you can all get into a room where you can play through pods, and especially because Zach, you see in the video clips, it's a you use an electric drum kit.
Yeah.
Man, it's perfect.
Oh, it's so perfect.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it, man. Do you got the new single out? I mean, because like I said, the new single is just. Maybe we should play that. Do you want to play video clips? Do you want to play video clips for the people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do
let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's
Yeah,
do
for those
that.
who may not have seen it. Although hopefully, if you're watching, you've seen it.
Oh man, if not, looks like you have a dick out in that photo. Where you got the cat head and you got your hands down by.
Oh no, that's his dick. Yeah.
I might have.
That's where you have your dick out in that
Yeah,
photo.
that's what we were using for the endoscopy. But
Oh god.
it was horrible. I needed stitches afterwards. It was really.
Because I tell you, man, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. The video clip was just so well thought out, and
So much fun.
man, that's the best part about it. They are doing shit like that. Love the logo, the conversation out the front.
Oh, yeah.
Grimoire wants you to get it out for the boys.
Like, uh,
Gotta rock out the cock out, man.
maybe if we stream it live.
I want to hear it. Honestly, just do a live fucking do a live hold. Smash it out the
Well, we've been practicing, man. We've been we're fucking tight on it.
Yeah, that's it. So you want to see when you're out in the live show. You
Yeah.
want to hear it more, quicker. It's always a bit quicker. It always has got so much
I wonder if Ash could maybe help us with the multi-angle stream.
Mate, you got to be good, man. You don't
Yeah,
need
that's
space.
what he does.
You don't need to be space. You just swing in the pods and the computers. But if you've got to build it up with the best, it shouldn't matter.
It's true. Quite possible, guys.
I reckon you guys can do it, especially practice using electric drum.
Yeah, I will again. I've got
Mate, it's going to make things marginal.
yeah, absolutely.
You've eliminated what, 5, 6 mics?
Yeah, and room sound and all that kind of crap.
Exactly. So it's just plug anything into a DI. This is what Corey uses decent pedals and shit. Mate, DI everything, DI the bass.
Welcome, JS.
Oh, thanks for
Thanks for
chat.
joining the
I haven't got the chat up. Sorry, mate.
That's good. I've been reading the chat. All the love from these guys, man. Big love for all these guys.
I can't read the chat because I'll go to the wrong screen. That's right, read the chat for me. I love it. looks like you guys are having so much fun in the video.
Yeah, I'm
It's
so
actually a really
fucking
good
high.
studio to play in too. Like that rehearsal studio where we filmed this stuff was actually a really good vibe.
It was.
With the posters, wallpaper all over the place. Like, had a really good energy to it.
I never expect to see you going on the old sticks, mate. Jack.
Really?
Nah. Honestly, when I knew when Raph put up that he was going to be doing stuff, I knew you were going to be involved somewhere. And
course.
I was like, is he going to be playing guitar and doing this singing thing? Because remember how we done that track together?
Oh, I've still got it, man. It's still out. That's actually getting re-recorded, and I'm gonna have to hit you up for a redo of vocals.
Happy to do it.
Yeah, that was such a good song.
Happy to have a crack.
Actually, Tony, I might have to hit you up too to get some new tracking on that for the guitar.
Because man, that was a fun evening.
That was good.
That was a fun evening. We actually smashed out a bit of work that night.
We did a lot. We smoked so much fucking pot that night. Holy shit.
No. But you know what? It was mad. It was so mad. It was so mad. We're going to put on the new one. Velvet
Yeah,
Sky,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I dig it. I seriously, like, this song just resonates with me so hard. Love it. It's heavy, but not. It's still heavy.
You should see, we got one that we're working on for the next album. It's if you think this one's got just fast and heavy, this next one, like,
Don't go changing the formula too much, man.
no.
But,
It's
I know
it's
it's
more
not that, mate.
it's more of the, like, yeah. If you like Velvet Sky, you'll like this one.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, I had so much fun making this all in the cartoons.
Man. You're a talented man, mate.
It's like, yeah, turning your friends into cartoons, like, that was like a lot. Actually, do you know what? Do you know where the idea actually came from? I'm pretty sure it was Ruby. I'm pretty sure Ruby was like, wouldn't it be funny if you did a drawing of you and Raph and Corey and stuff, and like, hey, what if we bring that drawing to life?
Yeah, 100%.
I could sing the song.
Man, kids, they come up with the best ideas, man.
They really do. You just gotta listen to them.
Yeah.
And especially, like, Ruby helped us film half of the stuff in the endoscopy film clip. Like, my stepdaughter helped us film, like, the stuff in the park and the me, like, skating past with my shirt off and stuff. Like, it, yeah, she was there.
yeah, she was running around after us and stuff with the camera.
And that, I think, actually, having a kid at the park for this is what made it most fun.
Oh, and you're right, man. You're right. They know wealths and bounds of information. And hey, chances are, if kid likes it. We're all children of heart, aren't we?
Well, and that's why you play music and shit in the first place. It's a kid with a big toy.
Yeah.
I gotta say as well, I do appreciate in this clip that Zach's made Corey and I look like we're similar heights.
I was gonna say you're like rather puffy in this video clip.
Yeah, I gave Raph some arms. Raph's got some fucking, yeah.
Well,
He's
he's
down.
always been a fan of the gym. He's always been all about them reps, all about them gains, aren't you, Raph?
Yeah, totally.
Well, I went to the gym with him, and he fucking destroyed me. He did this like sets of cable rows and stuff with me, and I'm like, oh, I was fucking dead.
Oh, mate, there's a big difference. There's a big difference between being fit and being skinny. Because I'm
Yeah.
skinny, and I ain't fit. I ain't
Me
fit.
too, man.
I ain't fit. I'll be the first one to admit that. Alright. Mate, you guys honestly killed it.
Thanks, dude.
You just killed it. Man, I just, like, it's so good to see. Sorry, let me fix this up. There we go. Now everyone's back on screen. Mate, it is so good to see A, the move obviously back to Queensland for Zach, since he's a Queenslander born and bred,
Mm.
and the move up for you, Daniel,
Mm.
has done you so well, mate.
I'll be honest, it has been really good for my mental health.
Yeah.
There was, I
Sydney
mean,
comes with a lot of bullshit.
it does, and you know, like
Comes with the territory.
it's been a good opportunity for a fresh start in that, you know, look, going through my 20s, like, I mean, everyone going through their 20s, they, you know, I mean, everyone makes mistakes, everyone does some shit they're not proud of, and you know, unfortunately, you know, some people aren't necessarily prepared to accept that, you know, we can grow and move on as individuals, we can become better people than we were, and you know, I was feeling very tired of Sydney. I was feeling like I had accomplished a lot of the, like, musically that I was going to be able to accomplish in Sydney, and without going into the specifics, the opportunity to move to Queensland came up, to sort of relocate and be closer to Zach and Kayla, who are some of my best mates.
Would
And
have made things a little bit
that,
easier.
you know, like, that was really good for my mental health, and being able to separate myself and extract myself from a lot of that negativity that would sometimes be felt in Sydney. And it has been hard in some ways, you know, being away from
A family.
the good side of it, from, you know, being away from family, being away from so many of the people that that I know and love.
Well, you patched a lot of
And
bridges before you went over there too, didn't you?
sorry.
You patched a couple of
Yeah,
issues and
yeah.
stuff. And
I was able to get some closure on some long-standing issues, but you know, some people, like I said, it's just sometimes once you get a reputation, it can be hard to break that. And there's gonna be, yeah, there's a lot of people
100%.
that are like, you know, they like, yep, cool, great people, awesome people that love you for who you are, but sometimes there's just those people that don't want to listen to anything other than your reputation, and they seem more intent on dragging you down than being supportive and pulling you up and helping you to be a better person, and seeing that that's what you're trying to do for yourself and being supportive of that, because it reminds them that that's not what they have and that's not what they're doing.
100%.
Um,
I could not agree more.
and you know, it's like, I want to try and be a good friend to people and be supportive of people, but when you know, when all someone wants to do is complain and not change their behavior, you kind of have to extract yourself from that, and people don't like that. So
I could
it's
not. I could not agree more. I kind of went through the same thing.
yeah, and yeah, like, it's been great getting that fresh start up here. It's been challenging as well, obviously, trying to meet new people during a pandemic where you can't go anywhere or do anything. Making connections for the band has been a challenge, but in the long run, I think it was a good move for my mental health. And being able to do, you know, this band has been amazing. I don't think I've ever been in a band where we've gotten something this quality this quickly.
Well, mate,
And
I tell you what, you're onto a winner. Whatever you're doing it right, because it projects through your music, it projects through your recording. And I think we had some beautiful messages from people, which we're gonna read back. So we had Grimmy, who said totally feel that dude, and then Rennie that said you're an absolutely amazing friend.
You are.
so
And mate, I'll tell you, it's this Queensland sunshine suits you. Don't change it for the moment. Whatever you're doing it right.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, Zebra ain't going to change your stripes, and you shouldn't change your stripes for fucking anyone. because there's only one Raf, and Raf should be the best Raf that he should possibly fucking be. And mate, you're killing it. Regardless, you
I have my moment.
fucking who doesn't? You're entitled to them.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking entitled to their moments, champ.
Yeah.
It's what makes us human.
Mm.
Corey, give us a rundown. Come on, how you going? What's driving you? What are your words of wisdom for everyone out there?
Oh, words of wisdom. Fuck, you're asking the wrong guy.
Nah, you know what? Look. All
Words
jokes
of
aside,
wisdom for people.
we all get up to what we get up to in our leisure, shall we say? You know what I'm talking about. I do it too. I'm a dad. You know what I'm talking about. So are you. And mate, you can't be doing too bad. You're writing some awesome music. And mate, honestly, first time I met you tonight, you're a stand-up guy. Absolutely, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and sit in front of that amazing backdrop that you have and just sit around and talk shit with us boys until 12 o'clock. So I've gone 3 hours and it's been pretty good.
Dude, it's just like hanging out with my mates, man. It's
That's
great.
fucking man. We gotta get Kyle over up to fucking Queensland. I've
got to get my ass up there. All right, done and
Yeah.
dusted. We'll do it because that's exactly what I wanted this to be.
Gonna be
tonight. I
dangerous.
just wanted to be a hangout. I just wanted everyone to chill out because
It is one.
you like you said, no one should. Everyone's such a fucking stick in the mud, and
My words of
I could
wisdom.
not agree more. And
My
I'm
words
sure.
of wisdom for you is, for everyone, is don't stop being who you are, because who you are is amazing.
That's it, man. Only
What
one
a
you.
suck up. What a suck up, Corey.
Only one you. Nah.
What
I'm
a suck
not
up.
even kidding.
You trying to be the fans' favorite? Is that what this is?
And so he should be.
Look at that face, though. Look, he's so gorgeous.
Look, all I'm gonna say, right? All I'm gonna say is an unnamed friend. I'm not gonna say who she is. An unnamed friend of mine has been in a committed relationship for a very long time. Has a kid with this guy and everything. I showed her one of the early Skunkbone recordings, and her boyfriend said to her, "I would totally understand if you left me for the guy with that voice."
It's quite hypnotic, if in a word.
I'm not
It's a pretty
recommend
sexy
it.
voice. I'm not gonna
My
lie.
fiance couldn't look at Corey after she heard him sing. She's like, I can't fucking look at you in the eye anymore.
That's it, mate. Honestly, and good, and man, and that's a great message. That's a great message because you only get one you only get one shot at being you. So you may as well either be the shittest you can be or be the fucking best you can be.
You got to remember that people like you for your qualities, but they love you for your flaws.
100%. Flaws are what make you who you are. Otherwise, it'd be all fucking boring.
Yeah.
Same. It's like a bunch of sheep walking around.
Zach,
Sorry, I'm wasted, man.
same here. And honestly, I'm gonna give Zach the floor. I'm gonna have a little spiel. I'm gonna end the stream, but I still want to have a chat to you guys at least until 12:30
Yeah.
after this,
That sounds good.
just to see how you guys felt afterwards and all that stuff, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so Zach, come on, man, give us some beautiful words of wisdom, especially for us Sydney siders who were stuck in lockdown.
Ah, man. Fuck. As I said before, the fucking main thing, and again, like I got thrown into some fucking bullshit with this coronavirus. Like I lost my job, and like I literally like started out of getting thrown into the pit, and the thing that fucking held everything up together was the fact that I like things. There's a bunch of shit that I like doing. And then the hardest thing for people is to figure out actually what they like. And I know it is so hard to actually know what you like, and it's easy for us. We figured out a bunch of shit that we like, and we want to follow it, and it's fun. That's what gives us purpose and meaning and joy in our own lives. And I think the whole, especially now, and I get it, like we're trying to survive, and there's a lot of, but to fucking stay sane, figure out what the fuck you like doing, and then do that. And I think that there's so many people in this world that say like, "Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?" And there's this voice inside of your head. You go like, "Why are you doing that? Fuck all that. Don't listen to any of that." Because like, be a why not person.
Exactly.
Because the why not people are the people that do all the shit, like ever.
Why do you still want to be in your band in your 30s? Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? Like, yeah, get the piercing, get the tattoo. Like,
yes.
Why the fuck not?
I agree.
Yeah, and but do it for you. Don't do it because you're trying to piss someone off. Don't do it because you do it because you want it, and you're allowed to want it, even if it's only you who wants it. Fuck it, like do it. You know what I mean? Like the amount of great artists that were like, first of all, way before their time, and second of all, like alone in their pursuit in their art. And it was only until after they died that they were renowned for anything. And so that most of their lives, like Da Vinci, most of his life, he was a fucking poor dude. And like no one really understood what the fuck he was doing until centuries after. So do what you want, but make sure you want it, but make sure you figure it out first.
That's it.
You don't want to waste your life not knowing what the fuck you like and get old and figure out you never liked anything.
Oh, mate. I could not agree to more. And even if that means you sit there and drink on the internet and talk to random fucking people.
Absolutely.
Bands on live stream. Because, man, I'll tell you what, you guys have just shown what good fucking hard work brings out.
It's all a carefully crafted illusion.
Yeah, but carefully crafted illusions take work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there ain't no reward without work.
Stop trying to make me feel good about myself. It's not.
Buggy, you lot. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. You guys should be very proud of what you produced, and you should own it. And man, I couldn't be happier for you. I really hope you guys have a really, 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 really big future as far as this grunge rock pub stuff goes. Try not to change formula too much. Make sure you're always bringing out one of those big fun drinking tracks for your boy.
Coming back around. Grunge is making a comeback, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. We're going to bring cassettes back.
Man, that's it. And I mean, I'll tell you what, when everything gets back open again, you guys are going to have an open fucking platform. Oh, yeah, and it's going to be sensational. And people are going to want to be getting out shows ASAP.
I can't wait for us to be able to get, like, play some shows and then get down to Sydney and play.
Yeah,
because
meet some of these people that like the music, man.
Mate, yeah. I'll be dragging myself down there, and like I said, I'll be trying to get you a dodgy interview with the beer buddy stuff, and I'll force feed you drinks, and we'll fucking get messy, mate. Who knows what'll happen that night, eh?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Always good times when we get together.
Always, man.
Yeah,
all right,
sure.
Boys,
thank you so much for having us on. This has been great.
Man, it has been so good. Thank you guys for taking the time. It's been 3 hours, something like that. It's been crazy. But we're going to end the stream there. Thank you guys so much for being on. I'm going to hit end stream. All right, Beer Buddy's out. Thank you guys so much. All right, hopefully I'll see you next week. And you never know, we might have Buddy Dingo. We might have Red